Start streaming. Try to avert my eyes, waiting for confirmation. Let's see. So far, okay, that looks like we're good. Alright, this is back up so you can see the card here.
Alright. We're spinning the board. Spinning the board. And we're opening the board. So. Nah, I gotta respin that.
That's no good.
That's no good. It was too off.
Oh, okay.
Alright. This is what we're going for. We're getting that blue 4 right there. We gotta get that blue 4. It's a casual event, formal event. Will you do it? I hope so. There's a lot riding on this.
He's bet so much money on this.
Closed, by the way.
Okay. You know, yesterday for April Fools, we let them do the dial placements.
Oh yeah.
When we knew it, it went interesting.
Yeah.
But casual event, formal event. Also, can choose up to 3 clues from chat. If you need me to scroll up at any point, I can.
I like family reunion.
Family reunion.
Uh-huh.
Okay. That.
There's I'm seeing a couple schools.
Just like school.
School. And then work Christmas party.
Work Christmas party. Okay, so family reunion and work Christmas party, I would put slightly formal. You know, you're not just the 9s or anything, but I think it's respectful to show up looking nice to family reunions and to work Christmas. But school is the one that's dragging me back, because people wore some weird things to school back in the day. We had pajama kids. We had people show up in like Deadpool outfits. It was weird. Yeah.
We had some oddballs.
we did. That being said, I think this is going to be in the middle, but slightly towards formal.
Okay.
And I think I'm gonna lock in right there.
You're gonna lock in?
Yes.
Well, let's not beat around the bush. We're gonna open the board.
Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay.
It was more formal than you were anticipating.
Yeah, he has more to the casual side. More dead center, really. Is that even touching the 2?
I think it's touching the 2. I'd
say yes.
That's a 2.
I'd say yes. That is
we got a 2 at
2.
least. It's not a miss.
Nice. It was not for nothing. We did, in fact, get a 2. And we are down to 6 cards remaining in our first round of Cooperative Wavelength. We have Austin doing the score tonight. Let's see, how do I like this too? Ooh.
Got a little curlicue on it.
That's nice. Yeah, it's fancy.
Got a little curlicue on it.
I like it. We don't have a score to beat at the bottom since this is the first round, and I erased the board a bit earlier, taking that out too.
Man.
All right. We're gonna do a custom card from our Halloween episode.
Oh.
It's gonna be interesting. Last to die in a horror
Oh, this
movie.
was a thinker.
First die in a horror. This is a thinker.
I remember this one very well.
Yes.
It got very weird.
Anna says it's pretty too. Mystique says lovely.
It's a decent 2.
It is.
I'm not gonna say it's the best, but it's all right. It's a good 2.
Last to die in a horror movie. First to die in a horror movie. This one is a thinker. I'm new here. Are you Corey and Austin housemates? No. We vibe. All right. This 4 right here is what we are aiming for. This 4 is the target. The card is last to die in a horror movie. First to die in a horror movie. This one is a thinker.
A thinker.
We need to give Austin a clue that gets him to put the red dial right onto that blue 4. Alrighty, I'm setting it down, closing up the board. Austin, you may look.
Board is closed.
Let's see. This. Okay, I think Country Mozart has an interesting one. The person behind the counter at the gas station.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
interesting. Ooh, Jay also has a great one. The person who organized the trip.
Okay.
And if I were to give you a hint myself, I would say firefighter.
Ooh, that's tricky. Believe it or not, I don't watch horror movies.
Yeah.
I'm not a big horror movie guy, so.
I get you.
firefighter, gas station clerk, and person who organized it. Now, gas station person, I feel like they're definitely not first. They're far from first. Normally, they're kind of out there, but I think they're amongst the first to die. Person who organized the trip, it's a hit or miss, because sometimes they're the ones who are doing the killing. That's a thinker.
Oh,
but I think,
wow.
I think it'd be on the first to die, but it's not. I think it's definitely teetering on the middle, but it's not super middle. This is tricky. And then see, the thing is, I don't know any firefighters who have died in a horror movie. Why are they there? There's rarely a fire, unless there's a fire. I can't think of any horror movie.
Unless it's a scary fire.
I can't think of a movie where there's a fire and then they needed a firefighter.
That's fair.
You know, but I think it. You know, there's a fire. They're not doing well. They're probably gonna get murked pretty quick. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna say that it's about. I'm gonna say it's about there.
About there.
I'm gonna lock in.
Locked on in. We have last Steiner horror movie, first Steiner horror movie, the person who organized the trip, gas station clerk, and a firefighter. Let's see how Austin did. Ooh, very nice.
Way better than I expected.
Very nice. That is a solid 3. Almost a 4.
They call me Jimmy 3.
They call him Jimmy 3 on account of all these 3s he's been getting. Yeah, no, really good figuring that one out. That was a tough placement. My logic with firefighter was, also I can't really think of any movies offhand that a firefighter dies, but policeman is one of the maxed out towards first to die answers.
Really?
Because they're always killing the cop that shows up first.
That's true.
And firefighter is somewhat similar in that public servant domain, and reasonably I could see a firefighter being called and being a victim, but it just doesn't happen that often, hence why it's not too far down. Let's see. Talking about the iconic horror movie weapons, because that was another one. They're saying an axe is much more iconic than a kitchen knife. What do you think?
Maybe. I don't know. I think maybe that would be the case, because normally it's just Michael Myers who has the kitchen knife. That's the only one I can think of who would use one, but it's still pretty iconic. But I think an axe is a very broad, good horror movie weapon.
I was gonna say it's Michael Myers. It's Scream, the Ghostface from Scream.
See, I don't watch horror movies.
And Psycho.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I thought it was pretty iconic. People disagree.
I still think it's iconic. I think that maybe an axe would maybe be a little higher. But I don't know.
Alrighty. I feel like the kitchen knife is the staple because of Michael Myers.
You might be onto something.
And agrees with me. Awesome. All right, Austin's gonna mix up the board. I need a sip of water.
This guy needs water. This guy's a water drinker. Are you just doing it off in the corner? Are you ashamed of drinking water?
Yeah, I always step away, and then there are big glugs that are heard on the mic.
All right, I'm opening the board. This is what we're aiming for. This blue 4, we need to give Mike, we need to give Mark an excellent hint so he gets on that blue 4 right there. It's rough to smooth. Can we do it? I hope so. All right, you can open your eyes. Okay. All right. I like one, and it's just, I'm gonna say it because it's humorous. A bald man's head.
Okay. So that's smooth. But if you touch it for too long, he might bite you, and that's pretty rough. Bald people don't like when you mess with their head too much. I say it's pretty darn smooth.
I'm gonna say legs a day after shaving.
Okay. Once again, pretty smooth, but it is the day after, not the day of. So there's a little bit of hair coming back. Not too much though. Probably up there.
I'm just gonna say it because it's funny for the bit. Egg.
Okay. Eggs, notably, are very smooth, but those shells got the bumps on them. You run your fingers, bum, 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 bum. but it is in fact smooth, especially once it's peeled. They didn't say an unpeeled egg specifically.
So true.
To peel that thing, your finger will be gliding across it. It's not going to be maxed out smooth, you know, because you didn't say like a perfect sphere or something like that. But it's going to be pretty close. Legs day after shaving, bald person's head, and an egg. It does got those little dimples on it, which is going to put me up a little bit more.
Okay.
I think I'm going to lock in here.
All right, you're locked in?
Yes.
I'm feeling good about this. I'm feeling real good.
Okay. All right, let's see it. Yo, okay, not bad, not bad. That is a 3.
That's a 3.
Very nice, very nice. Good Mythical Morning, the Temu version, yes. Well, we are now at 8 points with 5 cards remaining, or 4 cards remaining, actually. Hold on, let me count these, I do these right, yeah. 4 cards remaining in this game of Wavelength. We are at 8 points, not bad.
8 points.
Not bad. Mark stopped throwing, parentheses, he was not throwing.
Mark was not throwing.
CJ says, how was your day? It's going good. I'm glad you're here.
I just got back from Missouri.
Yes.
I'm really gonna stress that.
A miserable place.
I was in misery. I thought my flight was gonna get delayed. It was real bad this morning.
Oh.
Yeah.
Storms or something?
Yeah, storms. Yeah. Yeah, I woke up like 5 times in the middle of the night, and it was just like boom and like lightning and all that. I was like, no, I gotta get out of here.
I cannot.
I gotta get out of here.
Another day in Missouri. Can you play this game with 2 people also, with your partner, for example? Yes, we are actually playing with the rule set of 2 people. So exactly how we're playing right now is how you would play if it was just you and your partner. There's an entire description of how to play it in the back of the rule book.
There's a lot of lore that you're not considering.
Yes. Person you could beat up, person who'd beat you up. Hate time differences. It's 1 a.m. here. Ooh, sorry to hear that, Leah.
You know, it's what time is it right now?
It's 6:22 for us.
It's 5:22 over in Missouri.
That horrible place. Person you could beat up, person who'd beat you up. Oh, Leah, just so you know, we will be doing an early stream on Friday. So, you might be able to catch us early then. But, person you could beat up, person who'd beat you up. It'll be 3 p.m. London time when we go live on Friday.
Oh, that's early.
This is an interesting one. Okay. Alna says, I live in Missouri. I'm sorry. Austin, you may look.
Okay.
Let's see. Person who'd beat you up, person you could beat up. We got some interesting ones. We got some interesting ones here. We got some that I definitely disagree with. Okay, here's an interesting one. Kayla says school bus driver.
Okay.
I think that's a very interesting one.
That's a thinker.
Let's see. Han says Johnny Bravo.
Okay.
And final one, let's see, what do I want to go with for this? There are some really weird ones here. I'm not going to say police officer. No, that's a bad one. You know, this is an interesting one from Sela, an intoxication man.
Is that like a fucked up superhero?
I assume they mean a drunk person.
So we got drunk man, we got school bus driver, and then we got Johnny Bravo.
Yes, Johnny Bravo, school bus driver, drunk man.
I don't remember Johnny Bravo being the toughest fella. He's got a fabulous upper body, but I don't think he was getting beat up by like women on the regular. Like, and I'm not like dissing women, but like they were small women, and Johnny Bravo was kind of jacked in comparison. So I definitely say, I feel like I could maybe take on Johnny Bravo. School bus driver depends on the school bus driver. Mm-hmm. You got some wily ones, and then
intoxication man.
Intoxication. See, that's tricky because they got drunk courage.
Yeah, where would you put it if it was just intoxication man?
Just intoxication man. Honestly, it's a maybe if I could take them. It depends on how drunk and how big they are.
That's fair.
Because again, they got that drunk courage. But I'd maybe say it's a little on person you could beat up. I think I could take on a bus driver. Depends on, like, maybe I could, because it was a school bus driver?
Yes, school bus driver.
They tend to be a little younger, so that they're not as brittle. But like a lot of bus drivers are old men or old women, and they're brittle. I could take them on if I ever needed to. But like,
they defend their students.
That's true. So I definitely would say that, honestly, I think it's a little on the person you could beat up, but like not a lot.
This is a tough one. This is a thinker.
I'm going to say this is a thinker. I'm pondering. I'm going to say that it is a tad it's almost in the middle. But I'm going to lock in there. I'm going to say it's a little on the person you can beat up. Yeah.
All right.
I'm locked in.
Person you could beat up. Person who beat you up. Let's see it.
Ooh. I was overestimated.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's fair.
This was a really tricky one.
Johnny Bravo threw me off because, again, Johnny Bravo was getting his ass kicked like a lot.
That's fair. I didn't consider how often, random women just beat the crap out of Johnny Bravo. I was picturing more just how, like, broad shoulders and big he
Yeah, he's big, but, like, he's not a good fighter.
Yes.
But, I don't know.
And I kind of wanted to just say bus driver instead of school bus driver. I feel like that would have been a little bit better because they tend to be more Riley, I guess.
No,
Rowdy
see,
bunch.
I think school bus driver is better for this because normally they are younger, and like normal bus drivers are smaller individuals. I think smaller, older people. Like that's a retirement job,
Yes.
You're on pension and you got to get a couple extra bucks. So
did they just read like 3 comments? We give 3 hints from chat.
3 hints.
3. Yes. Well, okay, the score is going to remain at 8, and we now have 3 cards remaining in this cooperative round. That was a tricky one.
It's
going to be Austin's turn to give the hints.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I have to give hints.
Let's see. Here's a fun one. Unreasonable phobia, reasonable phobia. Mark, if you say spider bike again today, I said it once.
Did you?
Do you know what a spider bike is?
What?
Like it's a brand of bike. It has 2 big wheels in the front and is a motorized bike and has 1 in the back.
So it's like a reverse tricycle?
Yeah, but like motorized.
That's weird. I definitely have maybe seen that. I'm opening the board. Board is open. Mark, don't look or I'll kill you.
Okay.
We're trying to get that blue 4 right there. It is unreasonable phobia to reasonable phobia. Can we do it? I hope so. I'm closing the board. The board is closed. You can look. Woo. All right.
Yo, Stay-at-Home Megan sent to heart me. Thank you so much, Stay-at-Home Megan. Glad to see you again. And Brooklyn Lolsey sent a rose. Thank you.
I'm gonna say elevators.
Okay.
The fear of being sick.
Fear of being sick. Okay.
Or someone said fear of sick, and I don't know.
Like a germaphobe kind of thing.
I don't know if that would be a germaphobe.
No, okay, I understand.
Fear of sick.
Fear of sick.
I'm not trying to read that the actual word. And then needles.
All right, these are all very reasonable phobias, in my opinion. Is it going to be maxed out? I don't think it's going to be maxed out because elevators are very, very safe. There are so many safety mechanisms in elevators nowadays. They are incredibly safe ways to travel, but I understand being afraid of them. Needles is probably the most common phobia. That might be one of my maxed out answers. And then fear of sick. I mean, that's a good fear to have. You take precautions against getting sick, you eat healthy, improve your immune system. It's a reasonable phobia. Okay, I think it's gonna be a little bit ticked up. I think it's gonna be pretty darn close to maxed out. but I think it's going to be a little bit off.
I will say, for the fear of sake, people are clarifying that's fear of vomiting.
Oh. That actually ticks me up a little bit, if that's the case. Fear of vomiting? I've never heard of it. Yeah. Fear of vomiting more than sick. I have never heard of that before. That's interesting. Huh. Okay, it's like the opposite of bulimia kind of thing. I guess that's reasonable. But this is taking me up a good bit. Needles and elevators are still keeping me down here, but knowing it's just the fear of vomiting, it's going to move me up this much. And I'm going to lock in right here.
You're going to lock in there? All right. Spider bikes. I'm seeing a lot of spider bikes.
What does that mean? I don't understand what that means. Does that mean I threw?
You might have thrown.
No. Oh no!
Someone did point out, just because it's common doesn't mean it's a reasonable phobia.
Well, you know, the definition of phobia is an unreasonable fear. So, don't do that. Don't do that. No, stop. Okay.
Personally, I'm not afraid of needles at all.
Okay. I mean, what would be your maxed out answer?
I don't know.
Okay.
Fear of the unknown.
All right. You know what? You didn't say fear of the unknown, so I'll give you credit there. He interpreted that weird. I don't know. I don't know if I did. Well, we are down to 2 cards remaining in this round of cooperative wavelength. Let's see if we can get a few more points so we don't end with 8.
Mark is going to get a Letterman jacket and throwing.
Oh, come on. All right, we're going to do another custom Halloween card.
You're crazy, Cameron.
I know. This is going to be scary when you can't see it, scary when you see it.
Oh, man.
This is an interesting one.
This was a throw when I first saw it.
Also, real quick, I'll mention, if we manage to get to 100,000 likes on TikTok site, we'll be doing a round of The Price is Wrong! Woo! It's our own custom minigame, similar to The Price is Right, where we do weird Facebook Marketplace items, such as Nissan Altima beige driver side door handle signed by George Washington.
That's a steal.
Wow.
That's a find. That's a find right there.
How much did we pay for that? Is Austin going to play Codenames later? Yes. We'll be doing Codenames after Wavelength.
The Skibbler.
I am mixing up the board.
I'm not looking at the board.
There's 2 Haydens in chat. That's strange. It's not a common name.
What the hell?
Imposter, another Hayden. This is a thinker. The card is scary when you can see it. Scary when you can't see it. Scary when you see it. Okay. Do you stream on other platforms? Yes, we stream on YouTube. We are live on YouTube right now. And eventually, we'll be going back to Twitch. All right, we got some interesting ones coming in. I'm closing up the board. Austin, you may look.
I'm looking.
Let's see. The one that I like the most, I'm seeing a bunch, is Ghost. Ghost is an interesting one. What else? Scary when you see it, scary when you can't see it. I need to consider if some of these hints make sense.
Okay.
Anna says a killer, which I think is fair. A killer.
Killer.
Also, Ghost was the first one.
Okay.
And this is a really weird one. For the final one, Aaron says a man in your house.
A man in your house. Okay. So we got killer, man in house.
Yeah, we have ghost
and ghost.
Killer, man in house.
Honestly, I might say this might be a middle, because killer's scary when you can and cannot see him. Because it's like when you can't see him, where the hell is he? And when you can, he's like, oh, that man's gonna kill me. He's got a bladed weapon, and he's gonna. And then, what was there's ghost, and then what was the other one? I have such bad memory.
Oh, it was ghost, killer, and man in your house.
Man in your house. That's another one that's similar to killer, similar logic to killer. It's like, well, so is this man invited in? Did you let this man in? I'm assuming not, because he's on the same plane as killer. So I definitely think that maybe it'd be in the middle. Maybe I think, I might say I'm gonna take it over to scary when you can't see it, because I think a killer is definitely scary, maybe scarier when you can't see it, because it's like, like he's got a knife, but you don't know where that knife is. You don't know if it's gonna.
It could be right behind me.
Yeah, he's right behind me, isn't he? Man in your house. That's also like you don't know what that fellow's doing if you can't see him. But also like if he's uninvited, it's still pretty scary if you see a man in your house. Because how did he get in there? Similar to killer.
What's he doing?
He could be a killer. And then a ghost. I feel like that's definitely scary when you can see it, but also when you can't see it, because it could be throwing stuff around. You don't know what it's gonna do. You don't know where it is. You don't know if it's watching you doing your business. You don't know what it could be doing. So,
all right, are you locked in right there?
I'm gonna lock in right there.
Scary when you can't see it, scary when you can see it. Honorable mention was bank account, which I thought was quite funny.
That's definitely scary when you can't see it.
Whoo, very nice.
I should have kept it right in the middle.
It was dead center, but that is still a 3.
Hey, that's a 3.
Very nice. That is 3 points. Not bad at all. Wow, Mystique says, moved over to YouTube chat because something felt wrong. Welcome over to YouTube chat,
That's a
Mystique.
thin one, another thin one. That's an 11. You can barely read that. I'm not gonna fix it though.
We are so back. A ghost just opened the door on its own. That's scary. Ooh, that is scary.
That's true. I failed to consider board ghosts.
Yes, how scary is board ghosts when you can or can't see them?
He's scary in general.
Broke the double digits. Mark didn't throw. Woo, let's go. Alrighty, well, we are down to 1 card remaining in this round.
We just gotta keep the ball rolling. We gotta get nothing but 4s until we get 21.
Nothing but 4s here on out. We are going to do flavorless to flavorful. It's gonna be my turn to set the dial. So
yeah, that's right.
I'll close up my eyes.
Alright, I'm opening the board. This blue 4 right here is what we're going for. It is flavorless to flavorful. We gotta get Mark to land on that there blue 4. I'm closing the board. The board's closed.
Woo!
Alright.
Interesting.
I'm gonna say boiled egg.
Boiled egg. All right, that's flavorless, right? That's, surely.
A well done steak.
Well done steak. All right. I mean, it has flavor, but that flavor is burnt and disgusting. Yo, Becca sent to heart me. Thank you so much, Becca.
And bread.
Bread. These are all flavorless things, but they're all things that do have a unique taste to them. It's not water, water is probably close to flavorless, or air. It's not gonna be that. It's probably gonna be around this range here, maybe between dead center and here. It's probably what I'm thinking. Well done steak is the most flavorful. Yeah, unfortunately, well done steak is the most flavorful. Hard-boiled egg, or boiled egg, there's a reason I add so much salt to them. It's because they are pretty flavorless. The yolks have a little bit of flavor, but it's mostly just that chalky texture. And what was that last one?
Bread.
Bread. Okay, bread takes me down a little bit more. But you can definitely taste the difference between white bread and wheat bread, I think I'm comfortable going down about this far. This is a little bit further than the range that I said before.
Yeah.
But all of these do not have that much flavor, and you add stuff to all of them to add flavor, except maybe the steak. The steak I would tick up a little bit, but these other two are pushing me down. So, I'll put it right where I was before, at the end of the range. Okay.
Right, you're locked in there?
I'm locked in. I feel comfortable. I'm confident.
Let's see if you should be confident.
Oh, not so much, not so much. I started thinking about white bread, and I was like, you know.
I would have said white bread.
Yeah.
You fool.
I know. I shouldn't have done that. Well, yeah. I still put it within the range I initially said, but that is,
you just did it too far.
A miss. This steak was seasoned. Okay. That's fair. Unseasoned chicken. I saw somebody saying American Smarties. Did you know that Smarties are different over in Europe?
I feel like most candies are different, compared to in Europe and then America.
Well, Smarties in Europe are chocolates, actually.
Oh.
They're small, thin chocolates. I'm like, wow.
And then Smarties are over here. It's the little chalk discs.
Yeah.
Like the candy Tums.
It's chalk and sugar with a little bit of food dye.
Yeah.
Like small M&Ms. Yeah, interesting. Are you playing Codenames today? Yes, in fact, that was our last card for Wavelength, meaning our final score for our first round. We will be playing more games, whether Wavelength or Codenames after this. But first round, we scored an 11, meaning it is time for me to pull out the official How to Play Wavelength rulebook and flip to the back where it has a chart telling us how we did based off our score. For scoring an 11, the message we get from the creators of Wavelength themselves is not bad, not great, but not bad.
Great, not terrible. Chernobyl reference.
Yes, and that's what they're going for.
That's what they're going for. They're quoting Chernobyl, the hit HBO series.
Yes.
I need to watch that again.
I need to watch it for the first time. I still have not seen it.
It's great. I loved it.
Well, all right. What are we thinking now? Do we want to do another round of Wavelength? Because that one was pretty fast. Or do you want to move on to Codenames?
Let's do Codenames. Let's get bonkers.
Let's do Codenames. Okay, I'm down for that.
I think I would like to do some business in the commode, if you know what I mean.
Okay. All right. You can't do that. All right.
I'll be back.
Austin's gonna take a step away.
Yeah, me too.
As I'm going to, I'm going to explain how to play Codenames once I put this board down. Okay, stuff in the way over here. I'm back, stream is not unattended. Codenames, yay! Clara says Wavelength. We will do more Wavelength eventually. Maybe tomorrow, maybe more tonight. Yo, Candace sent a heart me, and Merritt sent a heart me. Thank you so much, Candace and Merritt. Polet, is that your brother? No. We are just going to do Codenames for right now. We might return to Wavelength later, but we're not sure yet. Ashton sent a heart me as well. Thank you. Can we get an explanation on this game, please? Yes, you may. So, how this works is there are 25 words on this board right here. These represent different code names that we will be trying to guess. Our spy master, it will be either me or Austin, is the only person who knows whether the words on this board belong to the blue team, belong to the red team, whether they're just a miss, an innocent civilian, or the dreaded assassin. But what do these mean? Hold on, I'm gonna let my dog in that's barking and yapping. Guinness, what do you want? Ooh. All right, he's coming on stream with us. He's gonna help us do the rules explained, okay? All right, so the objective is going to be our spy master, hopefully my mic's not being blocked. Our spy master is going to give us one-word hints that connect words on this board together. So just for example, if they said farm, that might be trying to connect the words stock, like livestock, and outside, so people might guess those. They will give the words. Oh, is that my mic falling? Let's stream's going awry. Ah.
Alright. I got Mark's mic. I got Mike's mic. There you go.
Take that back, thank you. Chonky good boy. Big on the chonky, you know.
That boy's fat. That boy's got some girth to him.
Alright, so sorry. What I was saying, if the Spy Master gives a hint that is something along the lines of farm for 2, what that means is there are 2 words on this board that are related to farm. So somebody might guess outside and stock, and those would be right. We want the blue team to be discovered. The blue team is us. But somebody might also interpret that hint and connect the word carrot, because you grow carrots on a farm.
You do grow carrots.
They may misinterpret the hint, and that would belong to the red team. That would be bad. We do not want any red team cards on this board. So the Spy Master will give us a hint. They know the placements, nobody else does. And we are going to guess one at a time until all 9 of our blue field agents are discovered. Once we are out of guesses for a hint, or if we guess incorrectly, our turn, the blue team's turn, will automatically end, and the red team will be able to reveal one of their red agents. So, we want to try to discover all of our blue people as quickly as possible, because every time we end our turn to get a new clue, someone on the red team will be revealed. If you guess incorrectly and it's just a miss, that ends your turn. If you guess incorrectly and it belongs to the red team, that ends your turn. But if you guess incorrectly and you get the assassin, that ends the game and you lose. That's basically it. It's pretty easy to pick up as we go along. Yo, Becca sent a hand heart. Thank you so much, Becca. And we will jump right into it. Austin, I think I will be the Spy Master first, if that works for you.
That's fine with me.
So we can hop into it. I'm going to give you this piece of paper that has the board that we're going to be playing on.
All right.
We're going to try something new. I've pre-prepared some of these boards.
Okay.
So let's see. Does it now correctly say stick, embassy, dent, figure? Does this match up from here to here, Austin?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. All right, this is our board. I am your Spy Master. I am the only person who knows which of these belong to the blue team, which of them belong to the other teams, and I am going to give you hints. I'm going to take one of these boards so I can write down my hints as we go.
All right, all right.
I don't need a moment to think, so you can stall for me for a moment.
Mark, I'm shocked that you know what a czar is. I said that the other day. I see it's on this board again.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. You didn't strike me as someone who knew what a czar is.
You know, I know a thing or two. Not much more, but a thing or two.
You know, you can spell czar with a TS instead of a CZ.
I did know that. That word might also be within the list.
The other Russian spelling of czar. Mm-hmm. A czar is the Russian word for Caesar, which was the word for emperor during the Russian Empire. Just a fun fact for you.
Oh, this is a very interesting one.
Yeah, if red gets all 8, then we lose. Favorite Roman emperor? I don't have one. Sorry.
All right, I got a hint for you. I'm writing it down on this board here. The first hint is going to be green.
Green
for 3. So I'm telling you there are 3 words on this board that I think some way, somehow are connected to green.
All right, fellas. I'm seeing ivy. I think ivy is a definitely good hint. Ivy olive, like olive green, olive drab. Is grass on the board?
Grass is.
Oh, grass is on the board. I'm gonna say grass first. I was locking grass.
Lock it in. Very nice.
I'd be upset if that was not the right one.
That is one of our 9 field agents discovered.
All right. Let's see olive.
See olive. Ooh. That one's my bad. That one's my bad. It was
You
not.
failed to consider olive drab, which is a color.
I definitely failed to consider olive there. Well, now that we guessed incorrectly, that automatically ends our turn, and the red team gets to reveal yet another one of theirs. Let's see.
Mark is a double agent.
No. They are going to reveal shot as one of theirs. Now I need to come up with another clue. Remember, you're missing 2 for green.
All right. I think. What the fuck? I'm just gonna cross out what we have already done. So I think Ivy is definitely a contender for the next one, fellas. I don't know what else could be. Maybe Twig for green.
Let me just look something up real quick.
Intern. I was thinking intern for green because they're green to the. Hey, listen. Sometimes a man's got to swear. What else could be green? I'm gonna circle intern because I do like intern. Ergonomic. That's. I don't think ergonomic because ergonomic is not economy. I'm gonna circle Twig as a contender.
All right, I'm gonna go with a really weird one here. I don't know if this is gonna work. But I'm going to go for it nonetheless. Austin.
Yes.
Your next hint, and keep in mind you can consider the ones for green. Your hint is Mel Gibson. For 3.
Gibson. Ooh. Would I harass a child? Maybe. Ooh, Mel Gibson. What are we thinking for Mel Gibson, fellas? Mate? Brave. I like Brave because Braveheart. And I guess maybe Heart because he's doing the combo bammy whammy Braveheart.
Yeah, at least it stars into Heart Me. Speaking of hearts, thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna lock in Brave. Let's say Brave.
Let's see it. That is correct.
Let's go.
Very nice. That is 2 of our 9 field agents discovered.
You said, you have 3 for
3.
Mel Gibson. You have 3 Mel Gibbies. I'm gonna go loop back to green.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Ivy.
Let's see it. That is
Let's
correct.
go.
Very nice. 2 of your potentially 4 guesses this round, and 3 of our field agents discovered.
All right. I think you were going for the silly bit. I'm gonna say for Mel Gibson, I'm gonna say Heart.
Let's see it. That is correct. Braveheart.
Famous film.
Famous film by Mel Gibson. Scotland forever.
We got a third one for Mel Gibson.
Yes, and for green.
And we still have green.
Or you may have guessed the third one somewhere within the ones already guessed. That is a possibility. You also can pass if you're not sure.
That's
A was
true.
pointing out.
I kind of want to say Twig for green, but I don't know.
Let's see, what's the music? This is a royalty-free playlist. What's playing right now is called Arcade Mode by Stream Tunes.
Green Root. Twig. If I see one more Twig, I'll go for Twig.
He's putting wagers.
It's got to be someone different, though. I can't see...
Okay.
Nah, I'm seeing Root now.
All right.
Hayden, that doesn't count. You can't just spam Twig. Knock it off. Okay.
Omega Dragon said Twig.
I don't even know if I want to go with Twig. I don't know.
You can pass. If you're not feeling
I'm gonna
comfortable, you can
pass.
pass. All
Guys,
right.
I don't feel comfortable with this.
That is fair. Very nice, very nice. Okay, it's now time to reveal yet another red field agent. I'm going to reveal Mate.
Mate.
Mate belongs to the red team. So yes, you do not have to consider that one anymore.
What's on your shirt, Mark?
What's on my shirt? Ooh, it's little scuba divers. Got a bunch of scuba divers and
Very
coral reef
nautical.
on my shirt.
It's very nautical
yeah,
tonight.
it's very nautical.
We still got. Let's see. What we got? Ground. We got intern. We got twig for green still, but who knows? Maybe ground because normally ground wires are green. Mark probably doesn't know that though.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Do you wire? Are you?
No, but I could. Let's see. What do I want to do with this? Need to Google one more thing real quick. I'm sorry.
I don't know about figure for Mel Gibson. I feel like that's too nebulous. You know, it's like, yeah, he's a public figure, but I feel like that'd be a bit of a stretch. You know. But then again, maybe Mark was banking on us thinking a figure. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. I'm gonna go with a weird one. I wanted to Google it to make sure that this will hopefully be up your alley, Austin.
All right.
I am going to say Peter the Great for 3.
Well, there's an obvious one. We got Czar. How many did you say it was for?
3.
You and your threes, man.
I know. I'm trying to get this done. Trying to get this done. What can I say?
Definitely Czar. We're just gonna lock in Czar.
Lock in Czar.
I'm not gonna beat around the bush.
That is correct.
All
That
right.
is 5 of our blue field agents discovered.
All right.
There's still potentially.
You know what? Maybe figure was right. I'll go with figure.
Golden figure? That is correct.
I feel like an idiot now.
That is 6. 6 of the 9 field agents discovered. We are on a roll here.
All right. What are we thinking for the last one for Peter?
Peter.
Ground because he's dead. He is dead. I don't know if he's actually in the ground though. I think he's in a mausoleum.
Yeah.
I've seen it a couple times and I'll say it now. Genius.
Genius, making a firm stance. That is correct.
Woo!
Very nice. Very nice. So that is 3 guesses. You're always allowed to guess the amount written plus 1 if you want to do another, or you can pass.
The clue is supposed to be one word, but if it's a proper noun, such as Peter the Great, because normally if someone's referring to Peter the Great, they're saying Peter the Great. That's one proper noun. So, yes. Okay,
Yeah.
we got.
Laura sent 3 heart puffs as well. Thank you so much, Laura.
We only got 2 for Peter. What do we want to say for the third?
Well, you guessed 3.
Did we guess?
You
3?
guessed Sar, Genius, and Figure.
Oh. Do we want to say? Fellas, do we want to say green or ground for green?
If you're undecided, I can make a poll if you want.
Make a poll.
Make a poll. Okay. Seems like there were a few options we were going with here.
We got ground, intern, twig, and then pass.
All right. Start new poll. Which one? Ground, twig, pass? Is that
And intern.
intern?
And then pass.
Intern and pass. All right, save and start. You have 1 minute in TikTok chat. We are running a poll. If you want your vote to be counted in YouTube, just leave a comment of what you want and we will count it in starting now. So it's between ground, twig, intern, and pass. This is an interesting one.
This takes the burden off of me.
Yeah. No pressure for Austin anymore. Let's see. All right, we got some coming in. Twig, but root. Pass says Jans. Okay. All right. The people are making their voices heard. This can get tricky. It's a tricky game. I hate them all. Pass. Fair enough. Won't blame you.
Honestly, intern is the only one that I like for green, but I don't know if that's what you're going for. So
it is clever.
It makes you think.
3 seconds left. I need root in my life. All right. The end result, 34 votes to ground, 16 for pass, and then 3 and 2 for intern.
All right, fellas. Sorry, ground one.
Ground one. Let's see it. Ooh.
It was not my fault.
The blame is not on Austin.
It's not my fault.
Moved blame over to
I washed
others.
my hands of this.
Yes, washed his hands completely. All right. It is going to be my turn, or the red team's turn, to reveal a field agent. They are going to reveal swing.
Swing. Swing at me.
Now I have 2 left.
2 left. We need 2 more.
Yes. Okay. All right. I think this is the best route that I have.
I do have Irish blood, unfortunately.
Wow.
But my hair is not actually naturally red. I'm a fraud.
2 left. Your hint is going to be branch.
Branch.
For 2.
Twig.
Twig. Let's see it. That is correct. Very nice. Very nice. We are 1 blue field agent away from winning.
Stick.
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 Where's stick on this board? Ah, stick. Let's see it. That's a miss.
Brother.
You'll understand after the game. Well, it is now time for the red team to reveal yet another one of their agents. They're going to reveal Dent as one of theirs.
Dent.
And the final hint, 1 left, is going to be Stump for 1.
Let's see trunk.
Let's see trunk. That is correct. Very nice. That means at the end, how our score is determined is by how many of the red field agents remain undiscovered off the board. So we start with this many. I'll take the assassin out of there. And I believe that was 6 field agents, red field agents were discovered. The amount that's left is our score, which is 2.
2.
Very nice. Our final score, is right at the bottom here, is going to be 2. That is the new score to beat. Now, you may be yelling at me for that branch one. What you have to consider is the words I was going for. I had to connect twig and trunk with root being the assassin card. So I had to tiptoe around that so hard. That was the most unfortunate placement ever. And yes, the other one for green was in fact twig. It was grass, ivy, and twig. But it was tough. It was tough. There were well done, Mark. Thank you, Donna. It was a tough placement. So these things happen. Well, Austin, do you want to give a go?
Sure.
At being the spy master.
I'll spy.
Cool.
Give me that shit.
All right, so let me make a new board for you real quick. It's a little bit unintuitive how this works. I'm going to prep this. That'll light up green and set to. Now don't show it to me from here, but once you click this arrow, it will take you to the game.
All right.
We now have
I don't have to press set 2 again.
You do not have to press set 2.
Okay, I just have to do that.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to move this, and I'm going to grab board 2 for myself, even though I can see it over here, and I'll give you that. I'll hold on to the blue one for doing the tallies, but you can grab any of the expos over there for yourself.
Oh wait, okay.
There is another blue one.
There is a big blue one.
Big blue.
Big blue.
The score to beat is 2. It is now Austin's turn. Got a lot that we're working with here. This is an interesting one. Ooh, checks on this board. Swing and trunk are back. There are a few repeats. I'll try in the future to avoid having repeats, but we're testing out this system where I print out the boards ahead of time to make it easier for people. So there's still some stuff to work out. Classic Mark, says Lisa the Star. SMH. Switch for ham. I don't know about that. Maybe in the next board. Yo, Megan sent a heart me. Thank you so much, Megan. Appreciate that. You removed ham. You selected them ahead of time. You removed ham. You traitor.
Yeah, you gotta put ham in here, man.
All right. Do you want me to replace one of the old words with ham? Because I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So the repeats are trunk.
We got trunk again.
Trunk and swing. Swing was a repeat. I'll replace trunk with ham. The people have voted. This will take one moment to do. Let's see. I'll even do this again. Looking for CN board. We're aiming for trunk. That's going to be entry 25 on my list. Properties. We're changing that from trunk to ham.
Ham.
People have spoken. It'll maybe take a second to update on the stream deck.
All right.
Cross this out on here.
Are you ready?
Yes.
My first clue is going to be board for 3.
Board for 3.
Board for 3.
Okay. Let's see. What am I looking at here? There's always ham in the trunk. Ham rules. Board. This is an interesting one. BoardGo says eye emojis. Marble, like a marble board. I know about marble tables, but marble board is interesting. Key, like the keyboard. Ooh. Board, a train. Springboard. That makes a lot of sense. Spring is on. See key. I see a lot of key. YouTube chat saying key as well. I'm gonna go with key first.
Lock it in key?
Lock it in key. Pew! Woo! Let's go! That is
nice.
1 of our 9 field agents discovered. Not bad. Ham board. It's definitely grandpa. Marbles like board games. Okay, that makes sense, but I'm gonna go with spring first because that's like a thing.
Going with spring.
Show me spring. Oh. All right, well, keep in mind we are missing 2 from board. We will keep those in mind. Okay.
All right. And then I'm going to reveal.
Yes, it's time for the dreaded red team to reveal one of their agents.
Grandpa!
Oh no! Grandpa was a red spy!
Grandpa was evil.
Kitchen, like a cutting board. I can see kitchen. Yes, that makes sense to me. Ham board is a thing, right? Yes, Declan, if you have a cutting board that you only use for ham, that would be the ham board. Also, I'll take this moment to mention that if we manage to get to 100,000 likes on TikTok tonight, we will be doing a mini game called The Price is Wrong. It will be a leftover one from April Fools. So normally our price range is around 0 to 100. The big twist for this one is the range is going to be 0 to 1 cent. gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. How's that gonna work? Sell because you're bored in prison. Don't we all have a designated ham board? Charcuterie ham board. The all ham charcuterie board, maybe. You just start yelling ham again, Ham Mary. Yeah, so we're trying to discover all 9 of our blue field agents like this one. Is the objective of the game? Alston's gonna give us hints to do so.
All right. I'm gonna say hops for 2.
Hops for
Hops
2.
for 2.
Okay. Good thing spring's off the board. Hops, so kitchen, stout. Okay, that probably makes sense. I was gonna say there are hops in a kitchen. Space, stout's like beet. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. Also, show me stout.
Stout?
Yes. Woo, very nice. 2 of our 9 field agents discovered. Space hopper. Leprechauns might hop. You know, we're pretty sure about kitchen for board, right? Leprechaun. Does that make any sense? What about trains? You hop a train. Train. Can't hops be green? Train. And you board a train too, so it kind of works for both hints. Nora says no. Liv says train is good. All right, I'm convinced. Alston, show me train.
Train?
Yes. Woo! Very nice. That is 3. 3 of our blue field agents discovered out of 9. Not bad at all. Let me cross these off my list here. And then that's 2 out of 2, but we still have another hint, so we could consider one of the ones we're missing from board. Train may have been one from board, but also I really do like kitchen for cutting board. A lot of people have been saying it. Pass. Alston's in the middle of the board. Swing board? Is that a thing? Salt board. Pass. All right, I'm gonna pass her right now. People don't seem too confident.
All right. Well.
Yes.
Which one shall I reveal?
Alston now is forced to reveal one of the red agents. Honestly, IDK, fair enough.
Salt.
It was not salt board, okay.
Salt board.
Aaron Nicole says pass for sure. Probably the right move, I'll be honest. There's a chance it could have been kitchen. Hello, Izzy, good to see you. Let's see. Hamish in YouTube chat was fighting for kitchen. We'll come back to it. We'll consider it later. But a lot of people are saying pass. Green hops. Well, we already got the one. We may have gotten the one for hops. Maybe train was just bored and wasn't one of the ones for hops. Alston is stressing. This is a stressful game.
It's hard to think of a hint every time.
Does red only get revealed if you pass? Great question. So, every single time our turn is over, once we're like out of guesses or if we pass, a red one is revealed. Our turn also ends if we guess incorrectly. So you can see down at the bottom of this row right here, there's that miss that we got. That miss instantly ended our turn and caused Grandpa to be revealed as a red spy. So if your turn ends by missing or by running out of guesses or by passing, a red agent will be revealed. Is this game new to Alston? It is not.
No. It's still tricky though, believe it or
Yes.
not. I'm gonna say A for 2.
A for 2. A. A? How? Letter. Oh, yeah, letter. That makes perfect sense. Alston, show me letter. Pew. Woo! Very nice. And somebody said first as well. Wait, that's a very clever way. First is on this board? Yeah, that's a very clever way to connect those. Alston, show me first. Pew! That is 5 of our 9 field agents discovered. Awesome hints. Yo, A in YouTube chat showing off their star emoji.
Hey.
Yeah, for being a subscriber. And all right, I'm gonna pass.
You're gonna pass.
I'm not feeling any more confident than I was before.
Cabron. All right. Which one do I reveal? This is a thinker. You got to think about which one you want to get rid of.
I know it's a tough one. Salt was covered on before. I'm crossing that off my list.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna get rid of it because I don't want it to sit anymore. Ham.
People were fighting for ham, saying ham's on a charcuterie board. No, it was not ham. A says traitor. Declan says first time meeting Austin. Yes, they are. It is their third time being on the stream. Rip ham. No way. Austin's such a hater. I mean, he's helping us win. So the thing is, we've been talking about Kitchen a lot. If Kitchen belonged to the red team, he probably would have covered Kitchen. Yo, Aaron Nicole sent a heart me. Sorry if I missed that earlier. Thank you so much, Aaron Nicole. But sorry, what I was saying. He probably would have covered Kitchen if it belonged to the red team, which means Kitchen might be blue, it might be a miss, or worst case scenario, it's the assassin, which means he can't cover it.
This is tricky.
But we know...
I got 4 words, and I can't think of a way to connect them.
4 words to connect. Hamish is screaming in YouTube. It's Kitchen! It is Kitchen! Mark planned it this way. Is Austin the board ghost?
No.
No. Considering you've seen this door behind me open and close multiple times with board ghosts going in and out, probably not. You know, there could be multiple board ghosts and nobody would ever know. Except for the fact that the one time we had Thomas off camera, we referred to him as Game Ghost.
Game Ghost.
Maybe it was the dog. My dog, if you were here when I was holding him up earlier, my dog is about yay big, meaning he cannot open and close the door on his own, for he cannot reach the doorknob.
This is, fuck it.
Seems like he's thought of something.
That's not very good, but...
There can only be one. It's hard, it's hard.
I'm gonna say Prague for 2.
Prague for 2. Is that Czech? Is that in like the Czech Republic maybe? I don't know where Prague is, I'm bad at geography. Czech says Chelsea Weasel. A says Czech. All right, that makes sense. Austin, show me Czech. Woo!
Prague is the capital.
Oh, no, good, okay. I'm a silly American who doesn't know anything. Let's see, green, why green? I saw a few people say it. Def check, all right, we got check. What is the second one though? Jeans because fashion? Do they do fashion events in Prague? That sounds right. Jean, fashion, marble, ham. No, we know ham's wrong. Yes, they do. Okay, now that makes sense then. Marble, maybe architecture. I might put this one to a poll because Jean really makes sense, but marble is also something people are saying for board. So I'm going to actually put this to a poll between jeans, marble, and Prague, frog, green. No, that makes no sense. And kitchen. So, jeans, marble, add an option, kitchen, just because that's one people have been coming back to. Which one? Save. All right, starting the poll now, 1 minute. In YouTube chat, if you leave a comment starting now, I will be adding your comment to the tally. We are deciding between jeans, marble, and kitchen. Mass, because it's land. They have witch burning festivals in Prague. That is something Austin would know, to be fair. Ham never leaves our hearts. Mass, though, mass. 2 votes for mass. I wasn't considering mass in this one, just because it's a land mass. I don't know. Wow, kitchen is actually doing really good, better than I thought. Mass is good. We could swing back to mass. If marble and kitchen were clues, the clue would be countertop. Yes, but he was also trying to hit train, right? And key and keyboard. So I don't think he was trying to connect both of those. So that is maybe a good point, that it can't be marble and kitchen. So it'll be one or the other. If kitchen is wrong, we'll know probably marble's right. And our final thing, let me tally up the YouTube votes as well. The final vote is going to be for kitchen. Awesome. Right. Show me kitchen. Whoo! I was nervous about that one. Thank goodness. And we still have one more guess, because that was 2 guesses. We can go with the final one for Prague. There are 3 left on this. No, there are 2 left on this board, right? 2 words at this point.
2.
You know, I'm just gonna pass. I think it's safest to pass.
All right. All right.
Hamish, you are vindicated. It was
kitchen.
It was kitchen.
And the red team will reveal mass.
Oh, all right. Good thing we didn't swing for that one. Mass belongs to the red team. Now, 2 words left. 2 words left. Sometimes it is the hardest position to try to figure out how to connect 2 random ass words on this board. We're looking good so far. We are. Let me see. If we were to end right now, there were 4 red agents ended up on the board. Meaning our score would be 4, doubling our past score, which is very good. Board goes sneaking in behind me. 2 left. So we know it wasn't mass. It possibly could have been marble, but you're right. If he wanted, so it can't be marble because we know it was kitchen, and he probably would have said countertop at some point if he was trying to connect those. So yeah, it's probably not marble. We won't rule it out entirely based off the clues. So people are saying jeans again. Is this Alston's first time playing Codenames? It is not. Okay, I think jeans is pretty solid. Depending on what the clue is, we could consider going for jeans. I think it's a witch, because the witch burnings in Prague. Witch Festival at the end of April is in Prague. All right, let's keep both those in mind. I'm leaning towards jeans, but I'm not denying the witches. I think witch. Witch. Hamish saying leprechaun. I like to gamble. I think kitchen was our missing clue from board. How'd you do?
I've got a great one that actually does connect both of them.
Oh, okay, all right.
Photosynthesis.
Cell, definitely, right? Cell in green, is that probably what it's going to be? It's definitely not jeans. I think we need to say gene. Cell, green, cell. Austin, show me cell. Oh no. Ray, it was probably Ray. Green and cell, okay.
You know, these things happen.
These things happen. It's a tricky game. That one belonged to the red team. It's now time for the red team to reveal yet another one of their field agents.
Mammoth.
A mammoth. Well, we know it's probably Ray. It's probably Ray and green. Cells don't photosynthesize. Plants utilize their cells to photosynthesize.
Dude for infinite.
Dude for infinite. Show me green. Show me Ray. Let's go! Very nice. Very nice. I knew it. Would you listen? I listened to the first comments that came in. I wasn't just going off gut feeling. I was listening to the comments.
I will say, Prague was Czech and green.
Oh.
Because it is pretty green out there. I should have said Bohemia. I feel like that would have been better.
Okay.
Yeah, but I like Izzy Poo saying frog or frog green. And then the assassin.
That was spin.
Was applesauce.
Applesauce. Okay, we didn't consider applesauce once.
That was not even said, at least, at all, so.
Wait for the slow typers, hee hee. I did get excited. I did get excited for Cell. Like, it makes so much sense.
It does, but also it doesn't.
Yeah, I gotcha.
All right, here's your...
That means...
Do you want to be Clue?
Yeah, I'll be
Jimmy
Clue
Clue?
Master next. Jimmy Clue. Jimmy Clue gives the hints. Give you your pen back. Well, we will go on to another round, but our final score for that one was 2. Yet again.
I don't even have to change the board.
Don't have to change anything. Same score as last time. Not bad at all. We'll move on to our next board. Get the paper here for Alston. And go through my little process of prepping a new board. It's a little bit complicated, as you probably saw. A lot of stuff that goes into it.
Yes.
Let's see. I don't think there are too many repeats on this one, which is nice. Fortnite's on this one.
Fortnite.
Isn't that something? Did it update? Did not update yet. Okay. Let's see if I can set it this time. All right. Still, ooh. Okay, sorry. I clicked a button that I should not have. We are trying to prep 3. There we go. 3 is now prepped. Set for 3. Now the board is accurate, and I will go in and I'll pre-prep 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. None of what I said makes sense, but
Okay.
all right.
Here's your Clue thing.
I will erase the scores we had before. Fresh new board, 9 field agents to discover. I need to go to my in-laws and play this game IRL. It's a fun one. And once you're sitting in our seat doing the Clue Master stuff, you'll realize how hard it is.
It's tricky.
It is.
No ham.
No ham. Ham is on board 4.
We're almost a ham. We gotta play one more to get the ham.
Let's see. This is an interesting one. Let's figure out how to put these together.
You gotta think, you gotta ponder. How can you connect them? Who knows? That's the name of the game, baby.
Okay. I am going to go, your first hint is going to be writing for 3.
Writing. All right. I'm seeing poem. I'm seeing journal. I'm gonna go with journal first.
Journal first, let's see it. That is correct.
That's what we like to see.
Very nice. 1 of our 9 field agents discovered right off the bat.
Let's say poem.
Poem. Let's see it. That's
what you like to
correct
see.
as well. Very nice. Very nice. Also, there will just naturally be some repeat words, just because, you know, the list is only 1,000 long.
Yeah.
We choose 25.
What are we thinking for the last one, fellas? Seeing hook a lot. Was Mark thinking of hook, though? I feel like he'd think of pirate.
Yarg.
Yarg. This is a tricky one. Let's see a couple more. Let's see. Lab. Why lab? Writing lab. Oh, with lab notes. Or writing lab. Bridge like song bridge. Mark doesn't know music.
I'll give you that much. I do not know music at all.
So I don't think Mark would consider bridge as a thing that you write.
You could pass if you're not confident.
You know what? I'm not confident in the slightest. We're passing.
Sorry,
right. Fellas.
Time to reveal one of the blue teams. Let's see.
You mean red team?
Yeah, one of the red teams. Sorry. I am going to reveal baseball.
Baseball!
Baseball belongs to the dreaded red team. You're missing 1 for writing. It's time for me to come up with yet another hint.
We'll consider hook eventually. Eventually.
Let's see. I am going to say, for your next hint, light for 3.
Light for 3. Star? What are you fellas thinking? Star? Moth? Moths do like light. Well, let's go with star.
Star, let's see it. That
Let's
is
go.
correct.
That's what you like to see.
Very nice, very nice. That is 3 of our 9 field agents discovered.
All right. Fortnite?
Fortnite.
Fortnite. I'm seeing a couple people say green for green light. Show me green.
Green, let's see it. That
Oh.
is correct.
You guys are so good at this game.
That is 4. 4 of our 9 field agents discovered. Making these lines a little bit thick here today.
Yeah, make them thick.
Make them thick
Make
so
'em
people can read them at home.
Make them thick. All right, what are we thinking for the last one? I don't know about happy. Moth. I'm seeing. Let's say. Oh, we're going for moth.
Going for moth, let's see it.
Mothball.
That is correct. That is 5 of our 9 field agents discovered. You guys are on a roll.
And then what was the writing?
Writing. You're missing 1.
Fellas, do we want to say hook? Do we want to say hook, fellas? Let's go with hook.
Go with hook, let's see it. Oh, just a miss, just a miss. That's basically the same as passing, except you removed 1. So not bad at all.
We got that out of there.
Yes, got it out of there. It's now time for the red team to reveal one of their dreaded red agents.
Could be worse.
Yes.
We could be dead.
I'm going to reveal Bridge.
Bridge.
It's belonging to the red team. 4
Where's Bridge?
remaining. It's going to be at the bottom row.
It says bride.
Bride? Oh, sorry, bride. I misread it. Bride. Bride belongs
All right.
to no song bridge. Oh yeah, they read it. They misread it too. They're saying
Oh.
a song bridge, song bride. All right, I feel less bad now.
All right. All right. So let's see what Mark is going to be getting at. We still have 1 for writing. And then we just have 1 for writing. We're missing 1 for writing.
This is an interesting one.
We already said hook. We missed hook.
I need to think a moment here. There's some words that are tripping me up on this.
Ketchup. Ham's not even on the board, guys.
Let's see. All right.
I don't think Mark knows of the Moth podcast, and frankly, neither do I.
I'm going to say, this is rough. I'm going to say slip for 2.
Slip for 2. Slip for 2. Show me deck.
Show your deck. That is
That's what you like to see.
correct. Very nice. We are at 6 of our 9 field agents discovered.
Man. Show me trip.
Show you trip. That is correct.
Let's go.
Very nice. That is 7 of our 9 field agents discovered. We are doing great. We are doing absolutely great.
I'm skipping.
You're passing. All right. You're going to pass. Whew. Okay. This is gonna be interesting. We have 2 field agents remaining.
You gotta do capture.
I have to complete a captcha, prove I'm not a robot. Do that every 3 hours.
Every 3 hours. I'm sure you can program a robot to do that. No, I've never slipped in chocolate. I'm sorry to burst your bubble.
All right. Here's what I'm going to do for this one. I don't want to waste too much time trying to think of one. I might be able to connect these, but I'm going to say tomato for infinite. 2 cards remaining.
Show me ketchup.
That is correct.
All right, fellas. So we have maybe one more for right.
Mark needs red agent. Oh, you're correct. I need to reveal red agent.
Just reveal it now.
Yeah, I'm going to reveal happy. Happy was a red agent.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone who called that out.
Tomatoes are nightmares for me. Same here, brother. Same here.
Tomato for infinite.
Scoundrel, you throw tomatoes at them. I don't think bunnies do eat tomatoes.
There's only 1 field agent remaining.
I feel like we got to double back to writing, but I don't know where that could be. What? Can you elaborate on bunny country mode, sir? Why is it bunny? I need your justification for this. I want you to tell me why you think it's bunny.
You could play football with tomatoes.
That's so true.
Couldn't y'all? What do you know?
They both be in gardens. Give me lab.
Give you lab. Doubling back to writing lab. That is correct. Very nice. Since there are only 2 left, I said infinite because, you know, I wanted to say, hey, only really look for 1 for tomato. I could have wrote 1 too.
Yeah.
But sometimes you grow tomatoes in labs. And yeah, you were correct. You were between hook and lab before, and lab was the right one. Very nice. Only 3 red agents ended up on the board, meaning our new score to beat is an astounding 5.
That's an improvement.
Wow, that was a nice one. I got it with writing, says Kelsey Weasel. Yes, that was a good one. What was the bad one? The assassin. It was mentioned a few times, but not too seriously. The assassin was chocolate.
Chocolate.
Very nice. Now I'm gonna have to grab another sip of water in a second.
You got a dry throat.
I'm dying over here. Yes.
You did not miss the ham game. I think the ham game is up next.
Yes, the ham game is coming up.
The world-famous ham game.
Everybody loves the ham game. I'm gonna take a sip of water. I'm over here.
And then do you just have to set 4?
Oh, you figured it out. Yeah. Set 4. Yeah, you actually did that perfectly.
Okay. And then
see, streamline, lion, ham in the middle. Yep, you are correct. You got it. Wow, you figured that out quick.
They call me Jimmy Quick.
Jimmy Quick over here.
Right.
Gulp. Loud drinking. No, it was quiet drinking. No one noticed. What's your highest score in this game? The highest we've ever gotten is 6. That was an anomaly of a game. Sip proceeds to chug the water like beer. Well, it was a silent sip of water. Nobody heard it. Is he like a cat licking it up? Anyone else wonder why Mark drinks off camera? Like, what weird way does he drink?
I've never seen him drink personally.
Come on, guys. Come on. It wasn't close to silent.
I wish I could, like, I don't hear it in the room, but I wish I could hear it, like, I wish I could hear how loud it is.
It's normal, I assure you.
I'm sure it is, Mark. I'm sure it is. Man.
Yeah, this is a ham board, but it's a tricky board.
It's a ham board.
It's because your mic is right there. Yeah. Let's see, let me start taking a look. I'm actually gonna full screen this, which I don't usually do to make it a little bit easier to see. I know. Streamline, opaque, lollipop. You know, I was going through and I have this long list of words that I pulled offline in order to make these charts. And as I've been going through making these boards, showing all the graphics, designing all of it, I've been deleting some of the words that like I didn't like or too difficult or too niche. Like flotsam was one of them. That's
flotsam.
Flotsam. That's not a common word. That's very hard to connect to anything. Another one that I was looking at that I was like, I can't figure out what this word means. I've never heard of it before. Was tintint. Tintint. And I'm like, oh, what is that? Is that like little British boy with the can? Like, please, sir, can I have some more? Tintin, or whatever his name is. I couldn't figure it out. And I showed it to Board Ghost. I'm like, yeah, these are the words I'm taking off. This one, and tintint right here. And he goes, you mean tinting, you fucking idiot? I go, oh. Oh, I may have misread that. Petition for Mark to do some ASMR. I don't know about that.
This is a thinker, but I think you can think your way into it.
Okay, all right.
I'm going to say bogged for 3.
Ooh, bogged. Bogged for 3.
Bogged.
Need a Boardgamers themed board. Swamp's definitely one of them. The swamp on this board, it is. All right, Austin, show me swamp.
Swamp.
Woo.
You know, bogs and swamps are very different.
Really?
Yep.
Huh, I did not know that. Good to know. All right, that is one of our 9 field agents discovered. Laundry, lawn, stream, dump, foil. These are thinkers. Lawn? Why lawn, Skyla? Can you explain that one? Dump kind of makes sense. Stream, I don't really get stream either. Does a stream lead into a bog? Is a bog like a moving swamp or something like that? Stream, dump. Huh. Hello, Tanner Outdoors. Great to see you again. It's been a little while. Bogs have dead plants. Is plant on this board or dead? Lawn. What was the hint? The hint is bogged for 3.
Bogged.
It gets boggy when it rains or floods the lawn. A lot of people are saying lawn. Dump. Dump makes more sense to me. Well, lawns can get boggy. Austin, show me lawn. All right, we're missing 2. We're missing 2 for bogged. We can come back to them.
All right. The other one that I will reveal is stream.
Stream, okay, all right. We were fighting between 2 wrong ones there. Bogged down and laundry. Maybe. Bogged like bogged down. Let me see what else this could be. Litter, maybe litter could end up in a bog. Poison, maybe. Bogs feel synonymous with poison. Hurdle, dump. Probably dump. We'll keep dump in mind. We'll come back to it. Continuum, like life may have arose from boggy conditions, and there's a continuum of life. I don't know.
I can't think of anything. I'm gonna say job for 2.
Job for 2. I'm looking at teacher and scientist right off bat. Let's see, teacher for 2. I'll let people yell at me when I jump in too fast, so I'll read some hints first. Teacher, scientist, teacher. I'll give one more moment for the slow typers. Teacher, teacher, ambulance. Interesting. Good to see you, your average Therian. Austin, show me teacher. Woo! Very nice. 2 of our field agents discovered. Job for 2. Bogged down teacher works too. Oh, that's actually interesting. Lion, Iceman. Scientists might study a bog and a job. They might study a job. Boggy water is opaque. That's actually interesting. All right, Austin, show me scientist. Pew. Very nice. That is 3 of our 9 field agents discovered. Do we want to Hail Mary, go for dump, or these other ideas of boggy water being opaque? He didn't say boggy, he said bogged. Bogged ED. I think we got the ones for job. We're just considering if we think of anything for bog now. Dump, now they know streams off the board. Okay. I trust Ans and Candace. But Kelsey Weasel says skip. I'm all in for dump unless it's wrong.
All right.
Austin, show me dump.
All right. Oop.
Okay, just a miss. Just a miss.
Just a miss.
That's actually good because we don't need to consider it anymore, and the other alternative was pass. So this is better than passing.
Yes. And then the next red is going to be opaque.
Okay, all right, not opaque. Good to know. We're missing some landmines, narrowing down what bogged could be. Maybe it is laundry. And we can move on from dump now, lol. You could ham Mary and do a ham. We could. I don't think we should. Alston's now thinking of another clue. There are 6 more blue agents along this board somewhere that we're trying to discover. Alston is giving us 1-word hints that connect some of these words together. This can be a tricky game. I think we forget bogged. I could see teacher or scientist working for it. Mackenzie, that might be a good idea. I think if we're on the fence about something, like if we're like, oh, this clue really works for ice, but it could also work for poison, then we may reconsider. We'll do either of them work better with bog or bogged, and it could be like a tiebreaker kind of thing. But I agree, maybe we should leave it out of our minds for right now.
I got a decent one.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna say dirty for 3.
Ooh, dirty for 3. I definitely like litter. Who is this new Mark not just blurting out answers? Litter, poison, laundry. Okay, people were voting for laundry before too, but I think litter is a great first one. I see plenty of people saying it, even the slow typers. Music. Ooh, dirty music. That's creative. Austin, show me litter. Pew. Woo, very nice. That is 4 of our 9 field agents discovered. Laundry. Dump is gone, yes. Slow typers, I feel seen. Austin, show me a laundry. Let's go. 5 of our 9 field agents have now been discovered. We are looking for 1 more. I have a dirt flavored candle, not scented, flavored, interesting. Poison, music, ambulance, shot of espresso is called dirty. There's no way that's it. Ice, dirty ice. Dr. Vasilier says pass. Kirsten says ambulance. Dirty lollipop, if you drop it. I don't think that makes any sense. Alright, I'm gonna pass. For this one.
All right.
We're gonna come back. We won't get reckless with it now.
Alright. The red is ambulance.
Ambulance, okay. Good thing we didn't go with that one. Very nice. So we still could be considering ice or music or poison even. Centaur could be rather dirty.
So true.
Under a cast is dirty. I hope not. Like a medical cast? I hope that wouldn't be dirty. That is supposed to be sanitized. Bogged down is opposite of streamline. Typically, our clue master does not give us hints that mean the opposite of what they're going for, but it could be it. Never met a clean centaur. That is fair. Let's see. The music enjoyers are convincing me. I might put it to a poll eventually between music and ice. I would have never said music on my own if I was playing without you guys. Do Hamilton for shot, ham, and cast. But those might not be our words, your average Therian. That's the issue.
I can't think of anything, so I'm gonna say leftovers for 2.
Yo, that's probably ham, right? Leftover poison, perhaps? Leftovers. Foil. Oh, foil. That makes a lot of sense. Do you want to do foil before ham? Miriam in the YouTube chat says ham. Ice, like you put leftovers on ice. Ham and foil. Foil. Continuum, because they're lasting forever. I'm seeing a lot of foils. Alston, show me foil. Very nice. That is 6 of our 9 field agents discovered. Ham is considered dirty. I guess it is. I guess it is. We've been saying ham since the start of stream. Austin, show me ham.
Ham.
Woo! Let's go. All right, and I will do a poll between music, ice, and pass if we want to try for that dirty one we were missing. And if there's anything else people want to put in, you can chime in, but I think it's between dirty and ice. Because ice also really does work for leftovers. Start a new poll, create new, which ice, music, pass. Biblically, ham is dirty. Hurdle. Hurdle, but that's like throwing it back to the bog, which we're not really considering anymore. All right, I am going to start the poll. Do you just want to pass? We got our 2 that we needed, but we're considering some old ones. For dirty, do we think it could be dirty ice, dirty music? Pass is taking a big lead. People don't want to risk it. Poison. I feel like poison isn't like dirty in the traditional sense, you know? Country Mozart says pass. CDD says ice. Miriam says pass. Pagan Foot says pass. So I'm going to add 3 pass votes, whatever the end results are. Might not be necessary though, because pass is taking a big lead over here anyway. All right, people are not going crazy for the music. Music is in second, but they're not going crazy for it. 15 seconds left. I might just end the poll now. I think the results are pretty clear. The winner is pass. Austin, I'm moving on.
All right. Pew. Poison.
Poison. Okay, good thing we didn't go with poison.
All right.
Whoo-wee. This must be a stressful round for Alston because every single red card we've been chatting about. Like,
yeah.
Oh, what if it's this? What if it's this one? This is a rough position to be in. Bog down in the valley. What? Is valley on this board? No, it's not. Only got a few left. We have, I believe, 2 field agents left.
Yes.
Oh, it's not too bad. It's a song. Okay. Wondering why Mark skipped my pass only to see I didn't hit send. Well, we went with pass anyway, so it was counted in spirit. Don't hate music, but pass. I hope you don't hate music. It brings joy to our society. Music is for sure one of them, says Anita. Anita historically has been right with a lot of these, but we'll have to see.
All right, I'm gonna say space.
Space, okay, probably continuum. And maybe cast. You could cast something into space, like in that Dan Deacon song. Ice, maybe. Space, shot. Oh, shot makes more sense than cast. Ice, space, ice. You guys don't want to do continuum? Because the space-time continuum? I mean, I'm not going to veto what chat says, but I really think it would be continuum. No ice. Space is cold. Ice. Pagan Foot says ice. Don't put that on her, Mark. Huge tornado in Arkansas right now. No, it's irrelevant, but for your information. Oh, good to know. I'm with you, Mark, says Hosbomb. Continuum. All right, the continuum enjoyers are coming in. Not ice. Ugh. I need to go with my gut here. Austin, show me continuum. Whoa! I was nervous. I was gonna put it to a poll, but I was like, no, I just want to go with it. One left. Austin, show me ice. Oh no! Was it shot?
It was shot.
Oh no! Shot really did like convince me. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But then I saw so many people saying ice. That's a tricky one. That is a darn tricky one. That is not on Austin. That was a damn hard board to work with. Wow. Huh. So what were the ones for bogged?
Bogged originally was swamp, foil, and shot. Because if something's shot, it's bogged down. Something foiled, you're bogged. Swamp, obviously.
Yeah.
And then dirty was litter, shot, and laundry. Because when you put a shot into something, it's a dirty.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. I get it. Shot's a hard one to hit. Us dirty chai folks are dying, lol. People were saying shot because of the dirty chai and the espresso thing. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. I was wrong. Not for the right reasoning. You guys didn't have the reasoning right, but you were correct with the actual placement. Golly. Well,
we got the ham.
That doesn't matter. So I'm so happy that ham was actually for the blue team.
Yeah.
And he just says, I was wrong, I bow down. It was a fun round though, good hints. Indeed. Austin came up with some good ones for that. I'll take this moment to say, if you're currently watching and you're not following or subscribed, please consider giving us a follow. It really does help. We are trying desperately to get to 10,000 followers on TikTok before it gets banned, whenever that may or may not happen. We passed 5,000 on Monday, which was super exciting. So, if you want to be one of the first 10,000 people to ever follow and help out the channel, please consider following. You would see more content, notified when we go live on YouTube if you sub there. But it really does help. Hate to have missed ham. Well, that will happen. Up for another board?
Sure.
We could also do more Wavelength if you wanted.
No, let's do that.
Okay, all right.
Let's get silly.
I really like Codenames, and the thing is, I've played so much Wavelength it makes me sick sometimes.
I feel like there's a lot less stress with Codenames. The blame is a lot more.
It's more nebulous.
Yeah.
Followed might as well after watching like 5 streams. Appreciate that, Mitch. Okay, it will take a moment for this board to prep itself. There we go. Set. New board has been made. And I will preemptively set the next one to... Okay, there we go. Things are set, things are in motion. This is our new board. There are 25 words here. 9 of them are blue agent for us to discover. I'm heading out. Y'all behave, chatters. Have a good night, Country Mozart.
Goodbye,
Thanks for being
Mozart.
here. Mozart himself watching our streams. Isn't that
That's
something?
crazy.
Taking a break from writing music. Alrighty. My turn to think of clues.
You gotta think. You gotta use that noggin of yours.
Yes. Unfortunately. Let's see. I might need you to stall a moment.
Okay. How's everyone doing? You guys doing great?
How's everyone's night tonight?
How's everyone's night tonight? Yeah, I feel like Codename chat is less chaotic. I'm just now seeing that chat. How's the weather? It's all right. Let's check the weather right now. We're in a windowless building right now. I can't see anything.
I was gonna say, don't give away too much about it.
So this is my zip code. No, but it's cloudy. That's about it. Tell you a joke? No. I'm bad at telling jokes on the spot. Why would you ask me to do that? My small talk is unmatched. It's unmatched with how bad it is. I'm terrible at small talk. What is to the left of Mammoth? Is Mammoth on? Pipe is to the left of Mammoth. Pagan foot. Okay, Anita, let's hear your joke. Anita is telling a joke right now.
Oh, okay. All right, this is a tough one. This is a very tough one. I think I have something, don't know what I was going to do. I'm going to say...
How do you make the number one disappear? How do you do that? How do you do that, Anita?
I'm going to say caveman for
Caveman.
3.
Ooh.
So I'll say cavemen, plural.
Cavemen. Any update on new table? It's coming along.
It is. It's coming along really nice, actually. Board Ghost is building some, like, elevated parts to put the monitors on right now, which are looking really nice.
I'm seeing a lot of Mammoth, and I agree. Let's see Mammoth.
Mammoth, that is correct.
Let's go.
Very nice. 1 of our 9 field agents discovered right off the bat.
All right, let's see. I'm seeing some cold. I don't know about cold though. Just because they're chilly, I don't know. Wool? Cold as an ice age. That's a good point. Let's say cold.
Cold. Let's see it. Oh,
Ooh.
that is a miss. It's just a miss. But that is fine. You are missing 2 for cavemen. It's now time to reveal one of the red team's agents. Let's see. We are going to go with. What do I want to do?
I like wool for woolly mammoth. Maybe.
To reveal television
Television.
belonging to the red team.
Cavemen didn't have televisions. Good thing we weren't considering that.
They notably do not.
They had no concept. All right.
Time for me to think of another one.
Think of something good. Fighter? Because they're fighting? I feel like there was a good chunk of cavemen wrestling. We don't know for sure. That's a good point. Did Corey say that cavemen have wristwatches? Was this a callback?
Did he? I don't remember this.
I don't remember that at all. They did invent the pinwheel though.
Okay.
I don't think they did.
I'm gonna get interesting with this. We're gonna see how this goes. I'm going to say luxury for 3.
Luxury.
Luxury for 3.
Luxury.
Luxury.
Man. What could it be?
Focus on this right now. Let me pull that back. Pull that to my eyes.
I saw a couple. I'll say cruise.
Cruise? A luxury cruise? Let's see it. That is correct. 2 for 9 field agents have been discovered.
Seeing brand. Let's go with brand.
Brand, let's see it. Oh, it was not brand. Unfortunate. All right, still missing some from cavemen, still missing some from luxury, and the next red one to be revealed is going to be oil.
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 Earl.
Oil.
Oh. 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 Like that puffer fish. Oh.
All right. Let's see.
We still got luxury and caveman. I don't know what it could be though. Maybe wristwatch for luxury, because you can get real fancy wristwatches.
All right. We need to catch up. We need some good moves
We need
here.
to lock in.
Paper for infinite. You're still missing some from cavemen. Still missing some from the luxury.
Let's go letter.
Letter. That is correct. Very nice. Very nice.
What are we thinking of file, everyone? What are we thinking of file? I saw 2 people say file. Let's get file.
File. That is correct as well. Very nice. 4 field agents discovered. Out of 9.
I'm all out of ideas. What are we thinking for cavemen? Let's go back to cavemen. Wool.
Wool. That is correct as well. Flying through these. That is 5. 5 discovered. You can pass at any time, or you can keep going if you think you know more.
Let's say wristwatch.
Wristwatch. That is correct. Cavemen had wristwatches, or
What?
or maybe they're luxury items.
Okay, how many do we got, huh?
You have. There are 2 left. You have discovered 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
We got 3 more.
It should be 3 more.
We need 3 more. A pinwheel.
Pinwheel.
Oh.
That was not correct.
At least we got it out of the way.
Let's reveal yet another red one. I'm going to reveal. I'm going to reveal pinch. From the red
Pinch.
team. Let's see, I need to check something.
What are you checking?
8. There are only 8 red ones this time.
Really?
Something went wrong along the way. I'm gonna need to troubleshoot this, but you only have 2 left.
We only have 2 more.
Yeah.
That's what you like to hear.
We're just gonna roll with it. I will make sure that does not happen again in the future, but we're figuring stuff out.
Yeah.
2 left. Just gonna add in the tally so people don't ask about
Yeah.
it. What do I want to do for these last 2?
You can do it. I believe in you. They have to be connected somehow.
Yes. I think this is the right term. I'm pretty sure this is the right term I'm thinking of. I'm gonna say floor boss for 2.
Floor boss. Floor boss. Floor boss.
Is that a term you're familiar with?
No.
Pit boss may have been
Pit boss.
the right one instead.
Uh.
I'm gonna Google it, see if
Yeah. Google that.
see if I did the right thing.
What? Oh. You're thinking of casinos. Is that it? Are you thinking of casinos? Thinking of casinos?
Pit boss, I think, is the right term.
Pit boss? Is that-
I think there are pit bosses and floor bosses, but I'm gonna amend my clue to pit boss.
Okay. Let's go with dice.
Dice. That is correct.
All right, fellas, we got 1 more. Dice and fighter. Why fighter? Are they fighting people? Pipe. They could be smoking a pipe.
Could be smoking on a big old pipe.
Sink. Could you sink a lot of money in at the casino? Say goodbye to your money at the casino. Okay. Same wavelength there. Dad. Matchstick. I'm gonna scream. Can we get a poll going?
Yes.
I want matchstick, fighter, and I'll just say matchstick and fighter.
Matchstick, fighter. YouTube, you can leave your comments now, and I'll keep them in, or I'll tally them up. Do casinos give out matchbooks these days, says Hosbomb. 1 minute. The options are between matchstick and fighter. Makes you think. Really makes you think.
I don't know. Matchstick could be the last caveman because they did make fire with matchsticks. They had a pack of matches.
They did. That's how the Ice Age ended. Too many matches.
They had way too many matches.
Hate all of them. Fighter, I guess. Pass. I'm clueless. Wow. You know, they're really not believing in the pit boss being a fighter or casinos giving out matchsticks or matchbooks. This is an interesting one. 9 seconds left, but I'm just gonna stop the poll now because there's a clear winner. Fighter winning by over 12 votes.
Let's see fighter.
Fighter. That is correct. God. That was our last one. Very nice. Very nice. Not bad at all. The assassin was goodbye.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so that was a tough one. The ones I was going for cavemen was in fact mammoth, wool, and fighter.
Okay, that makes sense.
So that was good. And the luxury one, I missed Brand entirely.
Oh.
And I was kicking myself because I could have revealed Brand as my one red fighter for a turn, and I really should have done that.
Yeah.
But I was going for Cruise, Wristwatch, and honestly, those were the only two. But I'm like, wool kind of works also because there are luxury brands that use wool-based fabric. So I'm just gonna slip in and say 3 because it gives you more guesses too.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to hit fighter.
All right.
So, not bad at all. Very nice. GG's. I will mention again, if you're having fun watching this and playing along, and you'd like to see more, or see us do more games in the future, please consider giving us a follow. It really, really does help. It helps out the channel, and allows us to keep doing this and making this content for you. Let's see. So,
I need to use the restroom.
Okay, alright.
I need to take care of business.
Austin's gonna go take care of business real quick. Yo, Anita sent a GG, and A sent a GG. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's see, I'm going to set up the new board, and then when Austin comes back, I am going to have Austin check to make sure that there's the correct amount of blue field agents. Ooh. To erase that. The score to beat is still 5. Also, when did y'all hit 5K on TikTok? Love that for you guys. Thank you, Angela. We hit it on Monday. Monday was a very eventful stream overall. A lot of things happened, good and bad. But on the good side of things, we hit 5,000 on TikTok and 500 on YouTube in the same night, which was absolutely amazing. I was very thankful for all the support that y'all gave us that night. Woohoo, says W Angela. Thank you. And your like goal on each. Yeah, that was very impressive. I haven't been saying the like goal too much, but we do have one for tonight. If we manage to hit 50 likes on YouTube or 100,000 on TikTok, we will be doing The Price is Wrong! Woo! And already striving for 6K. That's the goal. That's what we're hoping for. And, you know, it really does mean a lot that y'all enjoy watching and follow so much and give supportive messages. But 100,000 likes on TikTok or 50 likes on YouTube, we're doing Price is Wrong with items such as... Oops, sorry, that was from the day before. Such as milk. With many cans. Milk. It's like The Price is Right, but use weird Facebook Marketplace items. Austin, I'm going to have you go to the other page and check to make sure that there are actually 8 blue field agents.
Do I have to hit set 7?
You do not hit sets. I already set it for
Okay.
you. You can just move over a page.
We got 9.
Got 9? Okay, okay, that's correct. That's the correct amount.
I need to check if there's 9. We have 9.
Sometimes, every once in a while, I say and do stupid things. I know it catches people off guard because it doesn't happen often, but believe it or not, Mark from Boardgamers Live is not perfect. Also, I have so much Expo marker excess on my mouse, which is a shame because my mouse is white.
Mistake number 1. You never get a white mouse.
It matches the rest of my setup though, and I like it. I really like this mouse. I'm gonna do a
Yeah, take a look while I...
Yeah, while Austin's thinking of clues, this mouse has 4 actually buttons on the side. It's not getting in focus, but there are 3 separate buttons here and 1 thumb button, and then 2 on top. And I use a lot of auto hotkey. The mouse is pretty. Thank you, Isabel. That is what I was going for with it. I like the look of it. Nice, nice white mouse with some pinkish purple accents to it. And what I do is I assign these buttons to run different auto hotkey scripts at times, which makes things kind of easier when I'm running things on stream, or when I was in school, I would set it to move through my textbook really fast because it was like weirdly a pain in the ass to turn pages on my textbook, so I had a key for it. And I would set all these buttons on the side to different auto hotkey scripts. So I could have up to 4. And then this top button, the back one, I would set to be a modifier. So if I held this in and then clicked one of these buttons, they would do different things. So this went from 4 buttons to 8 buttons. And then, that was with the top one, the forward button would move it to a new profile that had another new set of 4 base, and then with the modifier, taking it up to 8. And you can have 3 profiles on the mouse. So I ended up having 24 possible buttons that I could press by setting up my mouse in that way. And was it excessive? Yes, but as you can tell by these graphics and everything we're doing here, I love being excessive. I'm happy if I remember what right click does. Also great for League of Legends. I have never played. Yet the back button doesn't have to go back. I don't know what that means, Board Ghost. Oh, it crashes the computer sometimes. Every once in a while I crash my computer through no fault of my own. My memory could never hold that number of button combinations. Well, the great thing is I don't have it set up here. When I went to different profiles, it would change the color of the light, so it helped me remember that way. But sorry, that was enough.
All right. I want to make sure that this works. All right. We're going to say wheel for 3.
Oh, okay. Wheel for 3. I'm looking at pin wheel. What fun is life without a little excessive? Yes, exactly. Skate, car, pin, car, pin as in pinwheel, car. I liked pin, but car makes more sense. Austin, show me car.
Car?
Yes. Car.
Woo!
Let's go. That is 1 of our 9 field agents discovered. Not bad. Skate, fans just because like they rotate around a center point. Skate makes more sense. A lot of people are saying skate. Does anyone like pin though? Is it pinwheel? Anita likes pin. W. Angela likes pin. A says pin. George Washington invented the wheel.
He's right.
New video idea, Mark rants, maybe. All right, Austin, show me pin. Woo! Very nice. And then everyone was saying it. Austin, show me skate. Hell yeah! That is 3. 3 of our 9 field agents discovered right off the bat. Not bad at all. It's now Austin's turn to think of some new clues for us.
Also have to show a red card.
Yes.
We're gonna say Scuba diver.
Oh, no more scuba divers.
No more
Okay.
scuba diver.
Why skate, says Mackenzie? Because skateboards have wheels. Like a roller skate. Yeah, it could be a roller skate as well. I was thinking of skateboard, but it could also be roller skate. I see Frog's back as well.
Frog.
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 Let's see. Oh, I thought ice skates. Yeah, there's a bunch of different types of skates. There's the roller blades, which is the one that are like inline skates. And then I think skates, if you just say skates for roller, typically have 4 wheels. And then ice skates, of course. Frog and green, those would be great to connect together if Austin has either of those as blue ones. My favorite hobby is looking at these boards and just imagining if I had to connect random words together. Like, oh, it'd be so easy if I could just pick out the words I need to connect. You know, if you said like animal for 4, you could do hawk, you could do frog, you could do George Washington because he was an animal.
What? Man, none of these can be connected.
Kermit for 2. Well, if you said yeah. Kermit for 3, it would connect Frog, Green, and Blunt because he'd be smoking, Kermit the Frog. He did that. Known fact.
Keep stalling.
Okay. Snow leopard. Is snow leopard on this board? Leopard might be. Star is back again. I need to, when I go through and prep these boards, I was a little bit rushed tonight. I'm going to try to minimize the amount of repeats. I know there's only so much I can do because I'm pulling from a random list of that's only 1,000 words. And I'm pulling 25. That's a good bit. That's a good bit of words. More ham. We did ham last round, or 2 rounds ago at this point. Hawk and tail. If those are connected, that'll be great.
I'm gonna say pointed for 2.
Pointed
For 2.
for 2. Let's see. I'm looking at star. Maybe stars have points. See a lot of people saying star. Maybe what the second one could be. Pointed. If you retaliate, it's kind of pointed. Washington? Like the state being pointed? I'm seeing so many stars. Oh, and carrot! That makes much more sense. Austin, show me star. Pew. Woo! Let's go! 4 of our 9 field agents have been discovered. Conversation, like a pointed conversation. Do we like carrot or conversation? Declan's saying carrot. Anita's saying conversation. Kirsten's saying conversation. Mary's saying stout. Why stout? I don't fully get that one. I think it's conversation. He would have said pointy as opposed to pointed. Okay, you know what? I like your logic. Austin, show me conversation.
I had a good point. I should have said pointy.
All right, we're gonna keep carrot in mind. We're gonna keep carrot in mind. It's just a miss, not bad.
All right. Let's get retaliate out of there.
Oh, okay, that's a good one to remove. Why, Mark? Oh, come on, Declan. Come on. There's only so much we can do. Also, I will mention real quick, we're at 45,000 likes on TikTok. Thank you all so much. If we manage to get to 100,000 tonight, we will be doing a bonus minigame, which is The Price is Wrong. It's a fun minigame where we show off weird Facebook Marketplace items that we found over the years, and you guys get to guess their price. We did an April Fool's one yesterday, where the range was between $0 and $50,000. The first 2 items that Corey gave us, which was like an iPad. The first one was like an iPad, MacBook, iPhone 14, and a Lenovo computer all bundled together, and it was free. And then he gave us another one, which I forget, which was also free. Keep in mind, the top range that we could guess is $50,000, and he gives us 2 free ones. And the last one was a pair of fish lips, taped to a wooden stump named Garth, and that was a maxed out 50,000. So it was a fun round. If we want to do a similar one, all we have to do is get to 100,000 likes on TikTok or 50 on YouTube. Yo, A sent an ice cream cone. Thank you so much, A. Garth is totally worth it. Cass, you're spitting. He knows what he's got.
This is tricky.
Oh, Hosbomb pointed out it was the Mormons plus a highlighter. Yes, the other free one was 2 Mormons and a highlighter. Yeah, free highlighter, but the Mormons talk to you. They framed it as 2 friends, but you could look in their eyes and see they were Mormon.
I need to get this out of the way. I can't think of anything.
It happens, it happens.
I'm just gonna say ribbit for 1.
Ribbit for 1. Frog! Show me frog! Woo! Let's go! That is 5. Alright, guys, we know, like, for fact that green is not one of our clues, because he could connected frog and green by saying Kermit. And he didn't do that. He had to resort to frog for 1, so we can rule out green entirely. It will not be one of our words. So no green. Yes, Isabel, correct. I'm actually gonna write a note so don't forget. No green. Unless I'm wrong and Austin's shaking his head like Mark just screwed this game. Can we get carrot now? Oh, I do have an extra guess. Yeah, Austin, show me carrot.
All right. Ooh.
Okay, there we go. Thank you for the reminder, Declan. And then we are out of guesses, so it's time for a red one to reveal.
All right. Blunt.
Blunt. Using all my 2 brain cells over here. Look, we gotta use every brain cell in the book on this one.
Shit.
Austin's struggling, but there's only 3 left. There's only 3 left. We are making pretty good pace here. Blunt is opposite of pointed.
Very true.
Very true. That has no bearing on any of the hints. You do not have to take the hints and oppositize them. That's the correct word for making the opposite of something.
Okay.
Board Ghost is pretending like I made that up on the spot. What would he know? He's not a wordman.
Yeah, you're right.
Tough round. Amber says I like the stream. Thank you, Amber. Appreciate that. And if anyone shares Amber's opinion you're not currently following, if you want to see more, you can give us a follow. It really helps us out. I need to check how many likes you're at on YouTube, because like I said, we're doing a bonus mini game if we manage to get to 50 likes on YouTube. I can't actually like see it offhand, so I need to pull it up real quick unless Board Ghost does it for me. Let's see. I can't even. 25. All right, we're at 25 likes on YouTube. If we get to 50, we're playing a mini game called The Price is Wrong. It's his thinking face.
Foot for 2.
Foot for 2. Foot for 2. Athlete's foot, maybe? I don't know if wordman is the word. I think it's wordsmith. Maybe.
Maybe if your name is Smith.
Yeah, maybe if your name's Smith, but I'm a word mark. Athlete, snow. Athlete makes so much sense. I see a lot of people saying it. Austin, show me athlete.
You.
Woo! Let's go. All right. Foot for 2. Green foot. Fan. Snow is measured in feet. Washington had feet.
That's so true.
Spitting for real. Do any of these make more sense? Chew, you could chew on some toes. Tail. Population, people have feet usually. I was ignoring that look Austin gave me for that last one. Flute, because it rhymes with foot. What? Not fan, he would have said sports or something. Well, keep in mind, basketball's on the board, so he may have been trying to avoid basketball. Because if basketball's bad, but he had to get athlete, that's tricky. Rhymes are actually not allowed in the rulebook, so I'm not going to consider rhymes. Washington had feet. Population had feet. We can probably roll out basketball the same way we rolled out green, because he obviously could have connected those very simply. If it was, I'm going to add basketball to the most likely not list. Basketball. What would it be, though, instead? There's 2 left. We could just pass. Let's pass and come back to it. Let's pass and come back, because we're not going to solve it this round anyway. If he gives us a clue for 1, we know to just roll on back. We're only missing 2. So, Austin, you can reveal a red one.
Washington.
No! No, Washington had feet. It is a good thing we did not Hail Mary it. That would have bit us in the ass. Yes, this is going to be interesting. If Austin gives us a clue for 1, we'll get the 1 out of the way, and then we'll just figure out what the hell we're missing for the other one for foot. Or maybe he can connect them somehow and give us a clue for 2, in which case, even better. You look like Gollum before he went nuts. Wow.
That's something.
That's something. Did he wear a lot of Hawaiian shirts? Is that a notable trait? So nice. Austin's brain is hurting coming up with clues.
It is hurting so bad because I can't think of anything.
Skylar, this is a tough game. If you get a bad board, this game kills you. YouTube is a strange place. It is. It is. People sometimes just come in to say mean things and then leave. So one person came in, I still can't get over this. This was like a week or 2 ago, but I still can't get over this. Somebody came in on YouTube and went, wow, streaming board games, great idea, when I can just play them at home, loser. Laughed like, what are you talking about? Like, wait till he finds out how many people stream video games, which he could also be playing at home. Mark reminds me of someone. I can't figure out who.
All right, this is a wild stretch, but I think you can do it. I believe in you. I think you can think of the implications. Pig. For 2. Stout, like a snout. Pigs have a stout snout. Bird for 4. Tail, pig tail, stout. Dr. Cillier is saying stout. Mystique says ham, tail, and stout. Tail. Shout out to ham. Chew. Did you chew on a pig? Austin, show me tail. That makes the most sense. Okay, all right, let's go. One remaining. We're missing 1 for foot before. Could a foot be described as stout? Fun fact, Rhett and Link cut his hair, so Mark is Rhett from the past. Oh, that's possible. Stout. That's making a whole lot of sense to me. Pig's got stouty little schnout. Also, show me stout. Pew! Yes! Let's go! God. Was that the other one for foot, or was it tail? It was for foot. I don't know how, but it was.
Here's the thing. I understand. I couldn't justify why, though. I was looking at stout. I'm like, I kind of think it's that.
You know what I did? I looked up stout foot, and I found one that said stout footwear, and I was like, listen, there's at least a chance. All right, do you want to know what the assassin was?
Yes, I do.
Green.
Oh, all right. Good thing we did not go for that. Maybe it's because you two are on the same wavelength. Wow. Maybe it's because we're on the same.
Yo.
Wavelength. Wow, I should really set that up to go over top the board instead of the board just being there.
All right. That was tough. That was
in fact tough. So here's my question. Do you think you want to do one more game with me being the Spy Master?
Let's go back to Wavelength.
Go back to Wavelength. Okay, all right.
I'm feeling kind of crazy.
Feeling kind of crazy right now. We have time for one more round of Wavelength. So that is what we'll be moving back to. I can keep boards 7, 8, 9, and 10 to use on a rainy day. I pre-made up to 10 boards.
Wow.
Yes. So I will erase this, and the score to beat that we had last time for Wavelength. Do you remember what it was we got before we ended?
11.
I think it was 11 too. That makes sense. Actually, I'll let you do the honors of writing. Bree says 11 as well.
Where should I write it? Should I just write it?
Just write it down at the bottom.
All right, let's try and get the. Nope, didn't get the fat end. You're just gonna have to deal with that. You're gonna have to squint to see the score.
It happens. It happens. Let's see.
I think we can get 200.
I think we get 200. Okay. Going for the big 200 tonight. I can start us off for this one. We're moving back to Wavelength. I'm gonna move this cable around here so Board Ghost doesn't yell at me for cluttering up the table.
How dare you!
Let's see. Does anyone who owned Wavelength use their score markers? I've never seen anyone use them. So that's interesting. What Kelsey's talking about is up on the board, there are spaces here for these score markers that kind of like jump down around. When you get to the top, that's when you win. When we played on Twitch, used to use those for our contestants to keep track of the score themselves. And then I modeled little score things at the top based off the shape of those tokens, which they're shaped like little heads. So for the head tokens, I had little models of them at the top of the screen that inside their noggin had the score. They're actually pretty neat. But I'm like, I want a simpler setup for TikTok, so I got rid of those. My kid chewed ours, we can't use them. We didn't have that problem yet, but
Not yet.
Alston
Wait
tried.
until I get hungry.
I saw a different channel using them. How do we play Wavelength, says Dr. Facilier. Dr. Facilier, you haven't figured that out yet? But that's a good question. For those who haven't seen how this game works is, check the pinned video on TikTok. No, we have 7 cards we're going to go through one by one. Cards that have ranges on them, such as soft to hard. I'm going to spin up this board and mix it up, and Alston's going to look away, and I'm going to reveal it. Wherever the blue 4 is, this is just an example, don't give hints yet, this is just an example of how to play. Wherever this blue 4 is what we're aiming for. So in this case, we would have to give Alston a hint to get him to put the dial way to the soft side. So we might say something like pillow, or feather, or I don't know, Jimmy Soft. Well, you can't have a clue that has soft in it. And Alston sets the dial dependent on how soft or hard he thinks the thing is. So if he goes, well, pillows are soft, but I think they're a bit stiff sometimes too if you have a stiff pillow. He might set it here and be wrong. The score is based off where the dial lands. That is a recap. If you still don't get it, check the pin video or one of our shorts on YouTube. Alrighty. We are going to start. This is going to be the first card that we run with. You are running with soft to hard, but I'm mixing it up for a new placement. Broke the rules over Jimmy Soft.
Jimmy Soft.
Let's see. This is our actual placement. This 4 right here is what we are aiming for. This 4 is the target. We need to come with a hint that gets Alston to put the red dial right onto this blue 4. You'll catch on as we go. All right. We got some good ones coming in. Ooh, we got some good ones coming in. I am closing up the board. Alston, you may look.
I'm looking at the board.
I take 3 hints from either chat. I see A saying silk, which I like.
All right.
I see a few people saying cloud,
All right.
which I like a lot. And Charlie Jones in YouTube, please do not spam. We do not want to have to mute you. And the final one, I'll say from Bree, fluff.
Fluff. Well, I think you managed to get it pretty far on the soft side again. I don't want to believe that you managed to get it maxed out again, but I am going to say, what was it again?
We said silk, cloud, and fluff.
All right. So silk is notoriously hard as a rock. No, it's pretty. I don't want to max it out because, but you know, clouds are pretty soft. Silk is pretty soft. Fluff. I mean, fluff is just kind of like a soft kind of. It's something you say when it's soft. I'll leave room for Jesus and I'll lock in there.
Locked in right there. Soft to hard, leaving a little bit of room for Jesus. Let's see it. Oh, did he do it? Did he leave too much room? He did not. That is a 4. That is a 4. Clear as day. I managed to get it maxed out on the soft side twice. What do you know? Well, that is a great start. Just enough room for Jesus. Alrighty, so in this game, we just scored a 4, but in Cooperative Wavelength, a 4 is not worth 4 points. It is worth 3. Why is that the case? Well, instead, the benefit is we take another card and we add it to the stack, extending the game. That's why it's only worth 3 points. We get that other benefit. We would have been at 6 cards remaining, but we are now at 7. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I'll at least do a little mute for right now. Sorry, Charlie, you're spamming a little bit too much.
Get rid of this sucker.
It's gonna be a momentary timeout for a day.
Sucker. There you go.
Yeah, if you come back later and spam a little bit less, we'll be happy to have you.
Thank you, Ronaldo.
Yes, welcome in, Ronaldo. Glad to see you. All right, it's gonna be Austin's turn to give the clue. Let's see. I think the card is going to be normal to weird.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a thinker.
It is. It is.
I'm spinning the board.
Couldn't you just add another card anyway? Yes,
yeah.
Following the rules of the book.
All right. And the board is opening. The board is here. We got to get that there, blue 4. Hold on. Let's get it there. We got to get that blue 4. It's normal to weird. We gotta get Mark to get right on that blue 4. I'm closing the board. All right, board is closed. You can look. All right. Seen orange cats.
Okay.
That's a good one.
They're a little weird. What's on Mark's shirt tonight? Scuba divers and coral. Mystique is correct.
Cora. I hope not. Pineapple on pizza.
Okay, a little bit weird. Not maxed out weird. Orange cats are kind of close to maxed out weird, but not always. They're sweet little things. And pineapple on pizza. Honestly, it's middling. I would put that in the middle, but orange cat takes me a bit over here.
I'm waiting for a good third one.
Mm-hmm. It's understandable.
You know, if I see my name one more time, I'll say it. I don't let Mark consider it.
Don't make me do this, please.
Come on, someone say it. Ah, Mitch said it again. You gotta consider me now.
Okay, Austin, look, I love you, man. You know, I've known you for a very long time. You're a little weird. You know,
you can say what's on your mind. That's fine.
I wouldn't describe you as weird as much as I would, you know, like esoteric and mysterious.
Esoteric and mysterious?
And original, yes, but those could be synonymous with weird. Weird, but in a good way. Yes.
Listen, guys. I'm fully aware that I'm not normal.
It's not going to be maxed out, that's for sure. Because I know some weird people, and you are not close to some people that I know in my life. But Orange Cat, Austin, and Pineapple on Pizza, I think it's just a little bit weird. I think it's going to be slightly ticked up from like 3/4. I think I'm going to lock in right there.
All right. You ready?
Yes. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. Yeah!
Yo!
Let's go!
Let's go.
2 4s in a row! Wow!
Let's go.
Thank goodness, because if I overshot,
If you overshot, I wouldn't have blamed you. But
that is a 4. We are on a roll indeed. Now you may be wondering why Austin only added 3 points instead of 4. That's because he's weird. No, that's not the reason. The reason is in this game mode, a 4 is only worth 3 points. Because instead, the benefit is we take another card and we add it to the stack, extending the game. Giving us more opportunities to score. We would have been at 6 cards remaining, but because of that 4, worth 3 points, we are at 7.
we're on the way to 200.
On the way to 200. Speaking of, if you're currently watching and you're not following, if you would consider giving us a follow, it really does help us out. We are on our way to 10,000 on TikTok. Trying to get there before the app gets banned. It really does help us out. You are supporting the stream. Once you get to 10,000, we're like monetized on TikTok, which is really cool. And you could have been the ones to help us get there, please. Well, our next card is going to be ineffective to effective.
Somebody's complaining that wasn't in the middle. Okay.
That's understandable. Oh, I get the card thing now. Codenames recalibrated, you guys.
It really did.
Starting to suspect this channel is a plant by Big Wavelength to sell more games.
Not Big Wavelength.
Dr. Vasilier, we reached out to Big Wavelength, to CMYK Games. We reached out and said, hey, a lot of people have said they bought the game after watching our stream. Could we get like an affiliate link or something? They ignored our asses. I assure you we are not affiliated with Big Wavelength.
We probably doubled their sales in the last year.
Yeah, we reached out more than once. They have not answered. All right, I am closing up the board. Austin, you may look. Here's a fun one. Watching a film with the TV off.
All right.
I also see bowling a brick from Anita, which is a funny one. Boycott Wavelength. We can't afford to boycott Wavelength.
No, that's the bread and butter here.
Yeah. Ineffective to effective. Watch a movie with a TV off. Bowling a brick, and I like A's. Shaving with a butter knife.
All right. I don't know how we did it, but we have got another pretty much maxed that one. I don't even know if I want to leave room for Jesus.
Mitch says reaching out to Big Wavelength for an affiliate link.
All right, that's okay. Locked in.
No room for Jesus this time.
No room for Jesus.
Maxed out. Let's see it. Oh, should there have been a little bit of room for Jesus? Let's see. Nope. That is on the 4. That is definitely, without a doubt, touching the 4. That is 3 4s in a row to start us off.
Mark is counting the clicks at this point.
I'm memorizing them. Wow. Austin's only adding 3 points. We are at 9. Score to beat's 11. You guys know the drill. We got a 4. It's worth 3. Add another card to the stack. We're still at 7. I suspect foul play. Hold him hostage the entire night. I don't know. Yeah, Austin, you're not going home tonight. I'm sorry.
Hey, Mark, you know 9/11, that fateful day.
I've heard of it. I've heard of it.
Look at the...
I was looking at that, yes. Okay, here's an interesting one. We're gonna do uncool to cool. Let's beat 42. Maybe beat up the board a little bit.
Yeah, beat up the board. Let them know who's boss.
More 4s coming. Uncool to cool is your card. We are on a damn roll.
All right. This is the 4 we're looking for. This is uncool to cool. We gotta give Mark a hint to get to that there blue 4. I'm close. I'm closing the board. Board is closed. You can look. All right.
Uncool to cool. Begging for subscribers. Pretty cool, I'd say. So, you know, if anyone thinks it was real cool, I begged for subscribers a little bit ago. You can feel free to give us a follow.
A spring day.
A spring day. It's on the cooler side. It's on the cooler side of things, but not very much.
The protagonist in a teen comedy.
In a teen comedy? Oh, that's interesting. Like, the first one that comes to mind is Superbad, and they were definitely uncool. I wouldn't consider High School Musical a comedy, but if it had comedic elements, I guess Troy Baker is pretty cool. I don't know, maybe it's kind of middling. A little bit to the cool side for Spring Day, I would say at least.
Finding $1 in your pocket.
That's so cool. That's so cool. But it's only a little cool, because it's only $1. What I think this is going to be pretty middling, because it's not freezing cold on a spring day. It's a little cool. It's a little chill to it. The protagonist in a teen comedy depends on the comedy, but sometimes they can be uncool, sometimes they can be cool. Finding $1 in your pocket, that's objectively cool, but only a little bit. So I think we're going to lock in right there.
All right, you're locked in?
Yes. Let's see it. Uncool to cool. Yo! Wow, okay, that might be off. No, that is touching the 4.
That's touching the 4.
That is touching the 4.
That's touching the 4.
That is 4 4s in a row.
Mark is counting the clicks.
I'm counting the clicks. Holy moly, that is absolutely amazing. We are at 12 points right now and still have 7 cards left. Wow. Our previous record of 4s in a row was 4. We are tied with our all-time record of 4s in a row.
That's what you like to see. We've already beat our last score.
That is absolutely amazing. Holy moly. I thought this was going to be a quick game. Our all-time record, Austin, is 42. So we could see if we can go for that. Here is a fun card. Light side of the Force, dark side of the Force.
I hate that one.
Do you want me to do a different one?
You know what? I don't have to give the hints.
Okay, all right. Light side of the Force, dark side of the Force. Infinite game, only 4s now. And what I like to do with this card, it's not a strict rule, but what I like to do is try to name non-Star Wars characters.
That'd be great, because I don't like Star Wars.
Austin doesn't know Star Wars.
No, it's not that I don't know it, I don't like it.
That's fair, that's fair.
I'll be definitive on this.
So, try to name non-Star Wars characters, light side of the Force, dark side of the Force. If you want a more general description, dark side of the Force is going to be more evil, more like cunning, naughty,
uncouth,
authoritarian probably. Light side of the Force is going to be more order and justice, or even like good. You could consider this card good to evil. It's an important distinction. Austin's almost as big of a hater.
Listen, I'm a hater. I'm a hater through and through. I'm not even gonna beat around the bush on that.
Yo, A sent a GG, an ice cream cone, and a goat. Thank you so much, A.
Goat.
Appreciate the support. All right, this 4 right here is what we're aiming for. The card is light side of the Force, dark side of the Force. My Star Wars heart died a little. It's okay, Isabel. It's okay. We need to come up with a hint to get Austin to put the red dial right onto that blue 4. Okay. All right. This is an interesting one. We got some interesting ones coming in. All right. Setting down the board, closing it. Austin, you may look.
I swear to God.
So the first one is animal poaching.
All right.
Poaching animals. Also from A, we have Satan.
All right.
And I'll read it. Hosbaum asks, so can we say the Australian man with the mustache?
Austrian man.
No, Austrian man. The Austrian man with the mustache. No, that is an actual banned word, I believe, in both chats. But I'll say what you said of Austrian man with a mustache.
I don't think I can really.
Kelsey Weasel says John Wayne Gacy. That's a good one instead.
I can't really say anything else.
Okay, he's maxing it out.
I don't know how you keep getting maxed out ones, but.
That's another 4. That is another 4. We have just beaten our all-time record for 4s in a row. We have scored 5 4s since the start of the game. We have not missed once. We have not missed once. We are at 15 with 7 cards remaining. 4 glitch. 5 4s, new record. Way to go, Dark Side. Okay. I don't know how we keep doing this. We are getting very good placements here. The code names did reset us. See, we never go back to Wavelength after code names. Maybe this is the trick of what we had to do.
You gotta stop counting the clicks.
Austin, do you want to run stupid to brilliant?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Let's see. Not that one. Bad movie, good movie?
Yep.
All right.
Let's break the streak.
Let's break this streak. Mark notoriously has never gotten this card remotely correct.
I think this is the first. I think we can get this. All right, I'm spinning the board. All right. All right. This is our blue 4 that we're looking for. We're on bad movie, good movie. We got to get Mark to get on that blue 4. I'm closing the board. All right, you can look. All right, Emoji Movie.
Okay. The Emoji Movie, I think, is a very, very bad movie. I have unfortunately watched it. I mean, it's not watching paint dry, but it is a bad movie.
I'll say Troll 2.
Troll 2. Okay, that's the animated one, right?
I have no clue.
I haven't seen it. I know it's pretty bad, but these are still highly marketed and advertised movies aimed at kids too, so they get like a little teeny bit of a pass. There's no way it's maxed out bad movie. There's no way. We wouldn't have done it this many times in a row. I think it's gonna be ticked up a little bit.
And then I'll say Sausage Party.
Sausage Party is so bad. I haven't seen it, but I watched a review and I've seen all the trailers. That ticks me down a little bit. Is it just maxed out? Is it just maxed out again? Emoji Movie, Trolls 2, and Sausage Party. I need to leave a little bit of room for Jesus.
Troll 2 is a horror movie.
Oh, is that the one where it goes, they're eating her, and then they're gonna eat me? Oh my God! That one? Because I know that line.
Sure.
Oh, come on, that's a famous line. Everyone knows that line. I'm gonna tick it up a little bit, because that's a historically very bad film, but it has a cult classic. Yes, it is, says Luke. Yes, says Kelsey Weasel. It's a cult classic. That ticks me up at least a little bit. I'm leaving this much room for Jesus. I may be throwing, but Mark notably throws on this, and the 4's got to end somewhere, okay?
All right.
The 4's got to end. I'm locked in right here.
You're locked in?
Why do you know that line? Because it's an iconic line.
Yeah, I know that line. I don't even know where that's from.
Ooh, that is on the line. That might be a 3, though. That one might be a 3.
That's a 3.
That's a 3! Wow!
It's over.
The streak is over.
But you got pretty damn close on this one.
Yeah, no, it's very, very close. If I maxed it out, it would have been a 3 too. I had to do those ticks up. That is definitely a 3. That is definitely a 3.
Listen, we're getting some pushback. Maybe you should do the poll for this one.
I mean, so look, I'll hold it here. Can I get this back in focus? Please get in focus. When I hold it like this, I can see why you think it's a 3, but I can still see orange peeking out from this angle. All I have to do is move it to here, and you can see how much the orange is showing
It's a
through.
3.
It's a 3.
We're getting people saying it's a 3.
Yes. So, I would put it to a poll, but you know, I don't want our all-time 4 record to be tainted by a faulty poll. You know, a 3 is still good. So for the first time ever, we are losing a card for this round.
Dang.
We're at 6 cards remaining with a score of 18. You had it, then you ticked it up. Look, you know, these things happen. You have to
Listen,
land.
Mark actually got a good score on this card.
Yes.
And I think that's enough for it to be like, oh, good job, you know?
All right, I'm doing the hints for this one. I'm going to run optional, mandatory.
A thinker.
Closest Mark ever had for that card.
Yeah.
I am mixing up the board, dial to center for aesthetic reasons. Mixing it up. This right here is the 4. This is what we are aiming for. This 4 is the target. This is an interesting one. We need to give Austin a hint. Get him with the red dial right onto that blue 4. Okay. All right. We got some interesting ones coming in. I like these. I'm setting down the board, closing it up. Austin, you may look. The first one that I saw that I really liked was school attendance.
Okay.
Let's see. The other one, optional, mandatory. Other ones that I like, optional, mandatory. HR training is that's an all right one. I don't know how I feel about that one. Optional, mandatory. Kelsey Weasel says using your own Netflix login. Oh, because you're not supposed to use somebody else's. I guess, because they have that new rule. Okay, using your own Netflix login, school attendance. I actually don't like HR training. Instead, I like Mackenzie's better. Wearing a shirt outside.
Okay. I feel like this is a middle one because school attendance, mandatory.
Nobody goes to school these days.
Wearing a shirt. You should be wearing a shirt, but like, you don't have to. And then what was the other one?
Using your own Netflix login.
Yeah, nobody does that. It's like, do it, but like, yeah, no. I'm just gonna lock in. I think it's middle.
Okay. All right. Kelsey Riesel points out half of us have to. Let's see it.
Ooh.
Oh, it was a little teeny bit more towards mandatory. That was a tough one. That was a hard one.
Yeah, what is mandatory, you know?
Yeah, like technically, legally, you have to go to school, you know?
I guess.
Oh, come on. All right.
We lost the flow.
That's fine. We still have 5 cards remaining and a score of 18, which is really good. I missed Dr. Vassiliers. I did like theirs of getting out of bed. I should have read that one instead of the shirt one. That probably would have pushed you a little bit more.
Yeah.
I saw it just too late though.
Shma.
Here's an interesting one. Do you want to run this one? You want your parents to watch you do it. You don't want your parents to watch you do it.
That could be funny.
Okay, all right. This is one of our custom cards. This was submitted to us by one of our viewers on Discord. I don't remember who submitted it. I don't have the... Did Dr. Vassilier submit this one? If so, Dr. Vassilier, this is one of their cards. But I'm going to close my eyes. Austin, you may mix up the board.
I'm spinning the board. I'm spinning the board. All right, fellas. We need that blue 4. You want your parents to watch you do it. You don't want your parents to watch you do it. We got to give Mark a hint to get on that there blue 4. I'm closing the board. Board is closed. You can look. Graduate.
Graduate. You want your parents to watch you do it. Definitely.
Marriage.
Marriage, yes. I'll leave a little teeny tiny bit of space just in case like you don't like your parents, but like, I mean, I'm leaving the space just for kicks at this point. No, Luke. Bad
Naughty
answer.
Luke. Naughty Luke.
I mean, this is like definitely maxed out. I'm locked in right here.
Are you locked in?
Yes.
All right.
Unless you want to give me one more.
Nope.
You only give me 2 hints. Okay.
I can't think of anything. Be a parent.
Be a parent?
Yeah, be a parent.
I mean, that's especially the one you want your parents to watch you do it, because then you can have them watch the child.
All right.
Yeah,
Locked in.
I'm locked in.
All right.
Woo! We're back. We're back.
so
That's
fucking
another
back.
4.
We're so back.
I was even right to tick it up a little bit. Very nice. That is a 4 worth 3 points. Holy moly. In this game, a 4 is not worth 4 points, it is worth 3, because instead, the benefit is we take another card and we add it to the stack, giving us more opportunities to score. We're at 21 points with 5 cards remaining. Wow. Back in the groove.
Back in the groove, baby.
Unlimited game.
Road to 200.
Road to 200. On this rate, maybe. Here's a fun one. Our next card is going to be temporary to permanent.
Secretary. All right.
Any temporary secretary enjoyers in chat?
I love that song.
Paul McCartney original.
I love McCartney too.
Get also new marker. Lol. He has some other options. We might.
I'm not getting it on the thick part. That's my problem.
We might have you rewrite at one point to make it a little thicker.
Yeah.
This 4 right here is what we are aiming for. The card is temporary to permanent. Shea says, I heart temporary secretary.
Temporary.
It's a good song. It takes a few dozen listens to break it in.
No, listen. First time I heard that, I was like, it was like a otherworldly experience.
It's easy to get 4s when it's pre-recorded. You're right. All right, temporary to permanent. All right. I like some of these. I'm closing it up. Austin, you may look.
Okay.
First one I see from Hozbomb in YouTube is relationships,
All right.
which I think is a very interesting one. I also see temporary to permanent. Hair dye is another one that I kind of like.
All right.
And can I get a final one for you? What was it? It was hair dye, relationships, and the last one I'll give. Yeah, you know, I guess I like it from Izzy Poo. Sharpie.
All right. Well, they're permanent, but they're not really permanent. I feel like Sharpie, that gets washed out pretty quick.
So Sharpie, hair dye, and relationships.
Hair dye only lasts as long as you have your hair grown out. You know, once that's gone, it's gone. You know, it's not, you're not getting dyed permanently. And then relationships, those come and go.
Maybe I shouldn't have given that one.
All right. I think it's maybe like, I think it's about there on the temporary side. I think that there's definitely more temporary things. But I think that hair dye is ticking me up because I dye my hair a lot, and you know me. It's I go through hair dye like you wouldn't believe. Man, this is tricky.
It's a tough one. This is a tough card.
Tricky because Sharpie says permanent marker, but you know it's not permanent. That's a load of horse shit. All right, I'm locking in there.
Locking in there because of that load of horseshit Sharpie. Let's see it. Temporary to permanent.
Ooh, that was a middle.
It was dead center. This was a really interesting one. Yeah, I liked hair dye because, like, look, it only lasts on you as long as, you know, it's on your hair. When you get it cut, it's gone. But it's not like it washes out once you cut your hair. That's dyed hair.
It does kind of wash out depending on the hair dye.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't dye my hair.
I do.
So, it happens. Solid guess. Yeah.
Whatever. Whatever.
This was a tricky placement. All right, we are down to 4 cards remaining. Austin, can you go over the 21 one more time? Just make it a little bit darker for people.
Let's do the Expo.
That might make sense. And do you want to run the card local issue, global issue?
Yes.
All right, right up your alley. Local issue, global issue is going to be our next card.
We're going over it.
A says, I used to be a hairstylist, and I think it was a perfect clue. Oh, that's interesting.
I don't, like, I think it is a good clue. Like, don't get me wrong, I definitely see the logic, but, like...
I think it's a good clue. Hard-ass placement, though.
Yeah.
Lock in. We need to beat 42. All right, I'm locked in.
All right.
I'm counting the clicks.
All right. Here is our 4. The range is local issue to global issue. Can we get on that 4? Can we give Mark a hint to get him on that blue 4 there? We're closing the board. Board is closed. You can look. Climate change.
Climate change.
Hunger.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
A world war.
Just out of probability, I'll give it like the faintest hair up. Faintest.
All right.
But I'm locked in. I'm locked in. Maxed out global issue.
Oh man, it's
Don't tell me.
It's on the other side. No.
Wow. Wow. Did I take it up too? Nope.
That's a 4.
It is a 4. It is a 4.
That's a 4. Yep.
What is with the spins today? What is with the placements? That is absolutely wild. We're on our way to 42. Most maxed out clues ever. We just scored a 4, which in this game mode is only worth 3 points.
That's a bad 4.
Because instead, the benefit is we take another card and we add it to the stack, extending the game, giving us more opportunities to score. Thank goodness you had a minuscule tick up. Yeah, I should have just maxed it out. I need to stop doing those minuscule ticks. I've just been robbed so many times by overly maxing it out. We may have beaten the previous score of 11.
Nope.
We would have been at 3 cards, but because of that 4, worth 3 points, we are at 4 cards remaining. I missed it. What was it? It was maxed out global issue. We said global warming, hunger, and world war. All right. Here's an interesting one. I'm giving clues for this. Lets you copy their homework. Does not let you copy their homework.
Sure, why not?
We'll do some wacky ones.
We're getting zany.
This is another
Crazy.
custom card submitted to us in our Discord. If you would like to submit your own custom cards, you can leave them in the suggestions channel on our Discord. Link in our bio.
All right.
Man. Time for a new board. Maybe. Alrighty, let's see it. This 4 right here is what we were aiming for. This is a tricky card. Lets you copy their homework. Does not let you copy their homework. So you're doing some vibes-based personality reads.
Vibes alone.
This card went bad last time. Lets you copy their homework. Does not let you copy their homework. Alrighty. I like this. You know, we got some good ones coming in. Closing off the board. Also, you may look. The first one I saw that I really liked from Kelsey Weasel was Arnold from Hey Arnold. Football head looking kid.
Yeah, no, I know.
Let's see. Dr. Vasilier says a friend of a friend.
Okay.
Which is an interesting one. And last one. Last one from VA Philly fan. I do like this one. Sibling.
Sibling.
Might be an interesting one for you. Siblings general, not specifically yours.
Could this be in the middle? So it was
Arnold?
Sibling, Arnold. Hey Arnold.
Sibling and friend of a friend.
Friend of a friend. I feel like all of these are kind of like, you know, they're all kind of. I think that maybe they'd let you, but it's
Begrudging.
begrudgingly doing it. That's the word.
They're kind of bogged down.
They're
doing it.
kind of bogged. They're getting bogged. See, the thing is, I don't know. I forget. Hey Arnold. I really didn't watch it. That show weirded me out. I don't know why. I think it was just because he's an ugly motherfucker. So I think he would, but oh, we got a capture. Oh, we got a capture. Let's go.
Got it.
We'll lock in there.
All right, locked in there. Hey Arnold from Arnold from Hey Arnold, friend of a friend and a sibling. Let's see. Sandra said, I was hoping for a class pet friend. You know, Chandra, I misinterpreted your clue originally. Ooh. Right logic, wrong side.
Oh.
It was a middling one. When you're saying class pet, I really thought you meant the actual pet in the classroom, like a hamster or a gerbil. And I was like, I don't think that makes any sense. But now reading it, I understand you mean like a teacher's pet, but they're your friend. Oh, come on. Did you not have class pets? Come on.
No, I didn't.
That's a thing.
I don't know what messed up school you went to, baby.
Messed up school.
I don't know what messed up school you went to, baby.
I mean, like a gerbil or something in the class.
No, baby.
Doing a Johnny Bravo. All right, we are
mama.
down to 3 cards remaining. Teacher's pet. I understand that now. The look of excuse me. Def thought she meant a hamster. That's what I meant. Okay, that's my bad. That's my bad. 3 cards remaining. Austin, do you want to run flavorless to flavorful?
No.
Okay. Boring topic, fascinating topic?
Sure.
Alrighty. Card is boring topic, fascinating topic. I'm closing my eyes. 3 cards remaining.
This is our blue 4. We're going from boring topic to fascinating topic. You gotta get that there, blue 4. Give us some good hints. Give us some juicy hints. Some hints with some girth to them. So Mark can get on that there, blue 4. All right, you can look. Motorbike jousting.
Motorbike jousting.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's fascinating. That's pretty darn fascinating, I would say. I mean, yeah, I have a lot of questions for somebody who's into motorbike jousting or a motorbike jouster. I don't know if it's the most fascinating thing in the world, but it's pretty fascinating.
Okay. I saw World War One.
Okay. Okay, that brings me a little bit back towards middle. Because of the world wars that people like to obsess about, I think World War I is in second place. I do hear a lot about it. It's interesting. If there's a History Channel documentary about it, I'll probably watch it. But it's not the most fascinating thing in the world and can be a little bit boring sometimes. But I know you're a history buff, so maybe it's more fascinating.
And then I'm gonna bring out a brew from my own head.
Oh, okay, all right.
I'm gonna say medieval Russia.
Medieval Russia. I know nothing about medieval Russia, but that sounds very fascinating, I'll be honest. And any Russian hint from you is going to be something. So medieval, they weren't well equipped to survive those conditions out in Russia. I don't know how much went on there. I don't know of any medieval castles in Russia. But I'll be interested to learn what people were up to over there in Russia at that time. Motorbike jousting, World War I, and medieval Russia. It's not going to be maxed out, but it is going to tick me down a good bit once I hear those, because I'm fascinated to know what was going on in Russia during medieval times. Was there a Russian King Arthur? Did he, you know, I don't know.
In a sense.
I don't know of King Arthur stereotypes or Russian stereotypes to riff off that. I'm going to tick it down a little bit more. He pulled the gray goose out of the stone. That's what he did.
All right, are you locked in?
Yes, I'm locked in right here.
Okay.
Yo, okay, all right, you got me going in the right direction. That might be a 3 still.
Yeah, it's a 3.
That is a 3. Very nice. Just barely 3. I was almost there. It's a little, yeah, good clue on Austin's end. Good thing for you to pull out there. How much do you know about medieval Russia?
Do you know me?
Okay, a lot. Better question. What was going on?
A lot.
A lot.
A lot of nefarious things.
Okay, I'll have to look into that on my free time. Well, we are down to 2 cards remaining. We are at 27, which is absolutely wild. Wednesdays is Corey's designated IHOP night. That is correct.
Yes, he loves IHOP. That's his favorite restaurant.
He's like, guys, I need to go to IHOP all of Wednesday. All right, let's see. All right, the card I'm gonna run is going to be low quality, high quality.
All right.
Alrighty, let's see it. Low quality, high quality. That 4 is not showing. I need to respin that. Live stream from IHOP. Now there's an idea. That's thinking with your noggin. Low quality, high quality. This 4 right here is what we were aiming for. We need to come up with a clue to get Austin to put the red dial right onto that blue 4. The card is low quality, high quality. I'm going to set down the board. I'm going to close it up. Austin, you may look.
All right.
Low quality, high quality. You know what? I kind of like this one. Chandra says Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon.
This is an interesting one. Low quality, high quality. I've seen interesting ones. I don't know. A says new build houses.
New build houses.
That's an interesting one.
Not great.
We are high quality employees for Amazon. I'm assuming. Well, you know, we're talking about Amazon the website, not the employees. Let's see. Final one. Okay, here's an interesting one from Chloe. Microfiber towels.
Microfiber towel. Okay.
I think that's a very interesting one.
That's actually gonna tick me back up because I have microfiber towels and they hold up pretty well.
Or the quality of goods from the website. Yes, that's probably a good way to put it too. Like the things
Quality.
you order off Amazon.
I guess I've gotten good stuff from Amazon, but I've also gotten bad stuff. Amazon, microfiber towel, and new build houses.
Yes.
New build houses aren't terrible. They're not great. They're pretty cookie cutter, but I think that I don't think they're lasting as long as like older houses. But you know, they're there's some.
They are.
I'm gonna say it's a little on the low quality side, but I'm gonna lock in there.
Lock in right there. New built houses, microfiber towel, Amazon. Let's see it. Whoo, very nice. That is a 4. Great hints, everyone. Good placements too. Let's go. That is a 4, taking us up to 30, I believe.
Yep.
Wow. Well, in this game, a 4 is not worth 4 points, it's only worth 3 points. Why is that the case? Well, instead, the benefit is we take another card and we add it to the stack. We would have been at 1 card remaining. We are now at 2. Wow. We're gonna be stuck here forever, man. Oh.
How many cards do we have left?
2. 2 cards left.
All right.
Let's see. Let's get you a good one. Do you want little known fact, well known fact?
Sure.
Okay. Little known fact, well known fact is going to be the card. I'm closing my eyes.
All right. Spinning the board. Spinning the board. All right. This is our blue 4. It's little known fact to well known fact. We gotta give Mike a good hint, lest we lose. There we go, we're closed, you can look. All right. Horses can't throw up.
Oh, really? Oh. Huh. Okay. I think that's, you know, that's not the rarest fact in the world, but I didn't know that.
Did you know Aragorn broke his toe when he kicked the helmet?
Meow, maxed out, well-known fact. I'll do it up a little bit, but that's
Jim Hanks is Tom Hanks' brother.
Okay. Maybe it's in the middle, but it's towards the well-known side. I'm not going to deliberate for too long. Most people don't know that Jim Hanks is Tom Hanks' brother, but we know that. So maybe it's about here. The Aragorn thing, everyone who knows Lord of the Rings knows that fact. And the horse is throwing up, I didn't know that one, but maybe most people do. I'm locked in right there.
All right.
Petting cheetahs is safe. Well-known fact. Oh, wow, okay. That is just barely a miss. Okay, the Aragorn one threw me.
Yeah.
That's fine, that's fine. We are down to 1 card remaining in this round. Can we beat? Well, 32 was our previous high score before we got 42. I'd be happy to beat 32 though.
I think that's within our reach.
Let's see. Stationary to mobile. Do I want to do that card? Does that seem fun? Yeah, why not? Stationary to mobile.
All right. All right. All right.
I don't know Lord of the Rings, but I know that fact. Mark locking in to save Austin. Look, we don't, this is our longest stream ever, okay? Just so you guys know, we've never gone this long before. This 4 right here is what we are aiming for. This 4 is the target. The card is stationary to mobile. Gotta come up with a hint. Get Austin to put the red dial right onto that blue 4. Stationary to mobile. This is an interesting one. This is a thinker. I'm setting down the board. I'm closing up. Austin, you may look.
All right.
From Kelsey Weasel, I see an RV.
RV.
Campers in a similar vein from Angela. Those are basically the same in RV. Ooh. Let's see. Isabella says food truck, which I really like. And oh, here's a clever one from Dr. Facilier. The dial in this game. The dial.
I mean, dial's going everywhere. Mobile homes kind of, I mean, whole point is it's mobile. RVs, mobile.
It was a camper, not a mobile
okay.
home. But, yeah.
But so, I mean, you drive them and then you park them.
So, RV, the dial in this game, and food truck.
Food truck. I've never seen a food truck move.
Spitting.
But they have the capability to move. I'm locked in there.
Locked in, dead center, almost dead center. A little bit towards mobile. Let's see it. Oh,
more mobile. Damn.
More mobile. Yeah, the RV was leading you astray there. But
I don't know. I've never seen a food truck move.
well, you're right. You're spitting with that one. We are ending with 30.
That's not bad.
Not bad at
bad.
all. That is a wild score. I'm going to pull out the official Wavelength rulebook to flip to the back, see how we did. The score being 30, the message we get from the creators of Wavelength themselves, head exploding emoji,
Boom.
head exploding emoji, head exploding emoji. That is 3 JFKs. Woo!
Come on, man.
sorry. It's tradition. Wow, what an amazing night. We did really good with that. That is an amazing score. Thank you, Austin, for being here.
Of course.
Good night, everyone. That's all we have for you. Goodbye!